Check, check. Hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to RYLA Marina. So, yes, we are at India today. We are virtually connected. We have a lot of participants from international Rotaractors have joined here, and we are hitting 81 participants by now. And we'll wait for a couple of more minutes for our friends to join from different parts of the world, as we have Rotaractors from different time zones between Pacific daytime and Greenwich Mean Time. So, in the meantime, uh, please be informed that we are going to start in a few minutes.
Morning, Shiv.
Good morning, Ram. Good to see you, Guruji.
How are
Great
you
to see
doing?
you. Welcome.
How are you doing?
I'm very thrilled to see you, Ram. Actually, I'm so happy that you're able to join, because people like you
How are you
are
doing?
the reasons why I have
Welcome.
taken leadership roles, and you being here, I'm sure will get this huge.
Having me here.
Sure, sure. Our pleasure. Yesterday, Srikanth called me personally and said you are a very good friend of him, and he's very happy to have you here. So, very nice. Good to have
Balaji,
you.
actually, Ram Kumar Seshu is one of the reasons. I have taken leadership roles. In various organizations. He's he's a dynamite. I call him fondly Guruji, and actually,
productive chaps here who have been investing a lot of time here to get a productive thoughts, to refresh their mind, to unlearn basically. More than learning, we have to unlearn things because we have already learned a lot of things in the past, and now we are going to learn a lot of things, and then we are going to unlearn things. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to India. India is a land of varied heritage and rich culture. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, let us move on to the flow. I am Rotractor Rishivats Raguraman. I'm going to be the MC for the day. I have two more people. I request Rotractor Ashik to introduce himself further.
Hi guys. First off, thank you so much for taking time off and spending it with us today. I hope we all have a blast. My name is Rotaract Ashik Ramachandran. I'm going to be one of the MCs for the day, and let's have a blast. Thank you so much. Over to Mona. Please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, all. So I'm Rotaract Manjari, MC for the day. Hope we all have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Excellent. So hello, folks. Once again, we have a nice, charming, and ever youthful youth service director. He's the man known for his humbleness, selflessness, and simplicity. With no further delay, let me call upon Rotarian Balaji Chinni, the Youth Service Director of Rotary Club of Madras, to present the welcome address for RYLA Marina.
Thank you,
Rotarian
Rishi.
Balaji, sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Rishi. President Kapil, RA Director elect Rotarian Venkatesh, our inspirational speakers of the day, District Rotaract Chair Selva, DRR, our guest. Guest of honors, faculty coordinators, fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors from across the globe. Today we have Rotaractors from Sri Lanka, Kenya, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, from Eastern European countries, and also from other South Asian countries. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming you all to the International Rotaract RYLA of Rotary Club of Madras. This is the first of its kind RYLA event in many ways. To name a few, this is international RYLA we are doing today. We have done this a month ago for our interactors. The second thing is it is conducted on a virtual platform. So definitely it's a proud moment for RCM, though it is challenging time for everybody everywhere, but definitely not for our Rotaractors. They have overcome all these hurdles and have put together this kind of a program, a great show. It is going to be for sure today. We have conducted, as I told you, an international RYLA program for our interactors last month. RCM has 24 interact clubs and 9 Rotaract clubs. Today, all our 9 Rotaract clubs have come together to conduct this program. I would definitely want to congratulate all our Rotaractors for putting up this show. RYLA is definitely, as everybody knows, it is to bring out the leadership qualities of our interactors and Rotaractors, conducted by the youth services team of Rotary clubs. So this is a single platform where everybody get a chance to meet their fellow interactors and Rotaractors, listen to various speakers, and speakers about their achievements in various walks of life. And as I told you, bring out, end of the day, the leadership qualities in you. So I would once again take this opportunity to welcome everybody. Thank you for all the support that you have given, especially our RA Director-elect. Without any hesitation or delay, he quickly accepted to be part of this program in spite of his busy schedule. Thank you so much. And if I've missed out anybody, please forgive, but I'm welcoming everybody in this program, and we are looking forward to many more to join very shortly. So without any further delay, Rishi, I'm going to hand it over to you for looking forward to a wonderful evening and afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Balaji, sir, for such an amazing and short yet very concise introduction and a welcome address. I'm sure with that amazing thing, all the 9 clubs who are here, we are working towards making an amazing event, foster culture and friendship, just as how you said. Now, I consider it both my honor and pleasure to hand the screen over to Shweta to set the context for the day. Sir, over to you.
Yeah. Rotarian Kapil Chitle, President Rotary Club of Madras. Rotarian Venkatesh, RI Director-elect. Rotarian Balaji Chini, Rotarian Parkavi, Rotarian Selva, Rotractor DRR Anbarasu, fellow Rotarians, Rotractors, Rotarian Rotractors, faculty coordinators, ladies and gentlemen. Gaining leadership skill is an important attribute that prepares you for adulthood. A great way to develop your leadership skill is to take on responsibilities. Attributes such as building relationship, communication, public speaking, planning, and taking initiatives can benefit youth in becoming more productive in this world around. RYLA, Rotary Youth Leadership Award, is one such platform that offers you all this and more. Firstly, I'd like to thank our Rotary International Director-elect, Venkatesh, for accepting to be our chief guest. Thank you, Venkatesh. Known you for over 30 years and happy to see you, buddy, as the boss of Rotary. The planning for the RYLA started 1 month back. The team consisting of Rotaractors of the 9 Rotaract clubs sponsored by Rotary Club of Madras started this process. The team consists of Akash and Manjari Jain as chairpersons. We've had Harish Kumar, Arshad, Rishivats, Sujan Rahul, Shakti, Vishnu Priya, Sindhu, Rotractor Vasant, Rotractor Abhirami, Sandhya, Asif Tahir, Varsha, Darika, Sanjana, Harini. Ashik Ramachandran has the committee members. I'd like to thank our own DRR Anbarasu, for all the support and help. You are an epitome of leadership, and I'm sure thanks to you, Rotaract movement will benefit a lot. We choose this agenda to reflect the ideals of Rotary and to enhance the leadership skills of our Rotaractors. The agenda is packed with world-renowned personalities who have contributed to society and youth in large. Our first session will be taken by our Rotarian Ram Kumar Seshu, who I fondly called Guruji. I know Ram for the last 30 years and from my roundtable days, and Ram is the reason for many people to take up leadership, including me. I'm sure the Rotaractors would benefit from Ram's presence here, and he will add value and make our Rotaractors to take more leadership roles in their business and also in their careers. Welcome, Ram. Happy to see you. Our second panelist would be Arun Krishnamurthy, who is an environmentalist, and he has contributed in a big way to the society. He is also responsible for the restoration of over 50 lakes and also has contributed to the RCM project of lake restoration. Our third panelist is Rotarian Sujit, who is also the past DRR of our district. Sujit is also the HR head of Infosys. I'm sure he will ignite the minds of our youth. Our keynote speaker for today is none other than the famous Indian cricketer Krishnamachari Srikanth. We wanted someone who epitome of Chennai and symbolizes Chennai, and we couldn't find a better person than our great friend Srikanth. I'm sure Srikanth will answer a few questions today and also will tell the youth how he became successful in life. I will be failing in my duty if I don't thank the Rotaractors of all our 9 clubs sponsored by RCM. I'd like to personally thank Harish, Mona, Arshad, and Rishivats for taking extra efforts to ensure this RYLA is a grand success. We, the youth service team of Rotary Club of Madras, headed by our dynamic youth service director, Rotarian Balaji Chini, and Parkavi, have made this event more interesting and enjoyable for all Rotaractors around the world. Apart from speakers, we have ice-breaking sessions, entertainment, quiz. I'm sure the 600-odd registrations from world over will make this a true international event. Hope you all benefit. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Jai Hind. Over to you, Rishivats.
Rishi?
Rishi, over to you.
Yes, sir. My communication is back. Thank you very much, Rotarian Shiv, for giving a very beautiful, insightful things that what we are going to hear today, listen today, and feel the heat of leadership and a lot of insightful things. Thank you very much, Rotarian PDRR Shiv Kumar Ishwaran. And let me call upon Rotaractor Ashik to introduce our president, Rotarian Kapil Chitle. Ashik, over to you.
Thank you, Rishivas. So, it's my pleasure and honor to introduce Rotarian Kapil Chitle to all of us. Before we start, a quick fact, right? I was recently reading a report from Harvard, and it classifies architecture as one of the most difficult subjects and professions to practice in the world. Our guest, Kapil Chitle, is an architect who both works his profession and is also a second-generation Rotarian to take up the responsibility of presidentship of the Rotary Club of Madras at the same time. This requires intense time management and pure skill to handle, which our guest today has. A little bit about him. He joined the Academy of Architecture in Bombay for his undergraduate study, then went on to Tehran University in the US to do his master's in architecture. First impressions being what they are, he found himself in the French Quarter of New Orleans being very different from his expectations of an American university. This made him immediately request for a transfer to the University of Arizona for a program in passive solar design. We're going to have to note this was a time when renewable energy or sustainability was barely even spoken about. That is what makes a visionary. Kapil Sir's attitude has always been an associate to clients who value his thought process. As they say, right, the mind is the biggest asset today. He firmly believes that we need to respect each other, collaborate with each other, and motivate each other. And together, we have a great 2020 to 2021 in the Rotary. And such, I would also like to thank Sir for taking this time off and spending it with us from your very, very busily packed schedule. Thank you so much, sir. We are truly, as all of my predecessors said, we are very much truly happy to have you here. With that, I'd like to hand the stage over to you to speak a few words, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashik. Very keen introduction on your part. Thank you so much. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's international RYLA that we are having this afternoon. I would like to first recognize the presence of our past district governor, RI Director-elect Venkatesh. Thanks so much for being with us, Venkatesh. Also, DRR, Anbarasu, DRC Chairman, Selva Kumar, all the participating clubs and members from all over the world and from Chennai. Several of our inspirational speakers, Ram Kumar Seshu, thank you for being here today. We've got Arun Krishnamurthy, we've got Sujit Kumar and Shrikant, none other than the Chennai icon Shrikant, who so very readily accepted to address all of us today and inspire us with his talk. I'll take you youngsters back to the time when the Prime Minister addressed us on Independence Day from the Red Fort. And I think some of you would recall that he said how we look forward to being a country moving forward and what it's going to take. And that means that it's going to take a lot of leadership from youngsters such as yourselves. You all are the future leaders of not just Rotary, Rotaract, but also of the country going forward. Please keep that in mind. You need to be an example. You need to be the role model for people who are going to be looking up towards you and set the benchmark. Now, that is something that rests on your shoulders. It's no light task, so please take it responsibly. You can do it. I know you have been doing it, and going forward, you'll do it even better. Today, with so many inspirational speakers that you have, I'm sure you're going to have a great session. So please absorb as much as you can because all of them are stalwarts in their respective fields. Thank you so much and have a great session. Back to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your very kind words. We look forward to hosting you and making this event an amazing success as well. Now, I would like to hand the stage over to my colleague Rishivats. Rishivats, over to you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm back. I'm here to introduce a dynamic person today. He's a member of Rotary Club of Madras Cosmos. Rotarian Selvakumar did his education from the Madras Christian College School, and then he pursued his BSc Chemistry in RYLA College. He's also an alumni of RKM Law University. He's now pursuing his ML in Madras University. He's a second division cricket player. He's a passionate sportsman. He's an entrepreneur he owns Vadaparni and Tilak Enterprises. Rotarian Selvakumar joined Rotary Club of Madras Cosmos in the year 2013. He, in fact, did a lot of service projects that was, in fact, per day basis. So every single day in his presidentship had one project in it, and everything had a significant values to it. And he became the club secretary in the year 2014 to 15, and then later he became the president, as I said earlier. And he's the assistant governor in the year 2019 to 20. He's now the Rotaract chairman of the world's largest district, Rotary International District 3232. He's married and blessed with 2 children. Rotarian Selvakumar sir, RYLA Marina is very happy to have you here. Over to you.
Thank you, Rishvat. Chief guest, Rotarian PDG Venkatesh, RI Director-elect. Guest of honor, Rotaractor, past President Anbarasu DRR. T20 President, Rotarian Kabil Chitle. Youth Service Director, Rotarian Balaji Chinni. Rotaract Chair, Parkavi. Additional Rotaract Chairman, Rotarian Shivkumar Ishwaran. Members of Rotary Club of Madras, dear Rotaractors and guests, pleasant good afternoon. The Rotaract is the acronym for Rotary in Action. The role of today's youth is simply to renew and refresh the current status of our society, including leaderships, innovations, skills, and so on. This will enhance the economic well-being as the social life of the citizens whom you are going to serve. This COVID times has virtually brought us closer and provides opportunities to meet more often than ever, like this international Rotaract RYLA on variety of subjects, and can have expert speakers like Rotarian Ramkumar Sheshu, a past president, Rotary Club of Bangalore, Mr. Sujit Kumar, founder, Matram Foundations, Mr. Krishnamachari Srigant, Indian cricketer, and Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy, environmentalist, who otherwise would not be possible to bring to our meeting and share their expertise in their field of service, and so as to develop our leadership and professional skills. I want to share the benefits of International RYLA here. It connects with leaders in your community and around the world to build communications and problem-solving skills. It discovers strategies for becoming a dynamic leader in your college or community. And it learns from community leaders, inspirational speakers, and peer mentors. Unlock your potential to turn motivation into action, and finally, to have fun and form lasting friendships. Youths are the future of our nations. It becomes important to provide with right direction. Generally, I used to inform all the Rotaractors is that we must grow our service, the impact of our project, but most importantly, we must grow our membership so that we can achieve more. Thank you all for the opportunities, and I wish you all a safe and healthy life. May you all catch the opportunities which are going to open and lead. Good luck and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your amazing talk and your very, very kind words. It's our pleasure to have heard you talk today. Now, I would like to call on the tech team to felicitate sir with a poster.
Thank you,
sir, for your most amazing contribution. Selvakumar sir, it's our pleasure to host you today. And we hope that you're going to enjoy this as much as we enjoy you having here and listening to you. Thank you, sir. Over to my fellow MCs.
So yes, Rotractors, and now we have a very dynamic person with us. I'm very much honored and grateful to introduce such a vibrant person today. Rotaract past president Anbarasu is the district Rotaract representative of the Rotary International District 3232. We have around 27,000 Rotaractors, and Anbarasu is leading all the Rotaractors from front. He was the charter member of Rotaract Club of Green Galaxy, and he has took a lot of chairman things and grabbed a lot of opportunities whenever and wherever possible. He has been a zonal Rotaract representative. He has chaired a lot of flagship events in the club level and the district level. He's the district Rotaract representative, special representative in the year 1920, and he has been an advisor and mentor for various things in the club, happenings in the club, and the projects. To be namely as Saritram, which is a fantastic grand conference of Rotary International District 3232, and he's a mentor for the district culturals Blast and Rotaract 50 years coordinator, and a lot of things further. And he has also been very successful at his profession. He's the most looked after and most sought after disc jockey and visual jockey in the city Chennai. And if I say it is going to be Chennai, then it is definitely going to be wrong. And to tell more further, he's most celebrated DJ in South India. You could see his progress and the levels in his social media connections. And he has awarded with Star of Rotaract Outstanding President and the Pillar of RID 3232 in many different Rotary years. Rotaract past President Anbarasu, the district Rotaract representative of the world's largest and majestic district. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rishi, for the wonderful introduction, and very good afternoon to the dignitaries on this virtual seminar. Being here for this wonderful district, District 3232, thank you so much, Rotary Club of Madras, for initiating this wonderful RYLA Marina, connecting people around the world. So Rotaract is a platform we can learn more about leadership, networking, and building up a friendship all around the globe. So despite this pandemic, we changed this pandemic situation into an opportunity, and bringing various wonderful speakers all around the globe, and gracing this occasion. RYLA is very special to me because and today I'm a leader because of this RYLA, because RYLA is the place we can get more interaction and to know more knowledge about leadership and how to develop your leadership skills beyond our education and things. So make use of this wonderful sessions by the wonderful speakers has been lined up for the day of Rotaractors from our district, and as well as other districts has been joined today. Definitely, this will be one of the best sessions you have been waiting to listen for. So, thank the chief guest, Rotary Venkatesh sir, for joining this wonderful session. Hope I'm meeting up for many times as a DRR, as elected as a DRR. I've met you many times. You are such a wonderful person and very motivating and inspiration for more of youngsters. So thank you so much for accepting the invite and being here. And thank you so much, Rotary Club of Madras, for giving me an opportunity to speak with Rotaractors, where Rotary is doing a wonderful event. That's what our Rotary team says. Rotary opens opportunity. As Rishi was telling my profile, I'm a DJ and I'm a visual jockey. This is only because of this word Rotaract, because Rotaract gave me opportunity. This year is theme, this Rotary opens opportunity, but I always see Rotary as always an opportunity. Rotary is the name I always used to see an opportunity. That's why I'm here, and I failed in many times stepping into my career, but Rotaract never thrown me away. It gave me no more opportunity to show my talent in various platforms of Rotaract events. That's why I'm being here. I was started up my career without a single laptop, but now I'm running my own visual company, and I'm owning 4 laptops, and I earn a lot of money by having an opportunity from Rotaract, but I never charged for Rotaract movement. So this is the place I learned things, and this is the place I need to give back. That's why I take up as a DRR and serving my thing to give the best opportunity to the budding Rotaractors who are looking for an opportunity. Thank you so much. As Rotary opens opportunity, என்று முன்புடன் உங்களுடைய. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Diara, for your wonderful speech. As always, you gave your wonderful speech here. Thank you so much. I would request the technical team to felicitate our Diara. Thank you. Over to Ashik.
So yes, guys, we have a fantastic person with us, beautiful person with us today as a chief guest of this program, RYLA Marina. He is known for his precision, accuracy, and style. He's a humble person by heart, does a lot of contribution and support to everybody in need. So he helps a lot of people. He assists a lot of people with their career, and he's a very successful person. Let me ask the technical team to introduce the chief guest through audiovisual.
A.S. Venkatesh, Rotary International Director, 2021 to 23. Ananta Narayanan Sankaralingam Venkatesh, affectionately known as Venki, is a technocrat, thinker, management guru, and motivational speaker. He is the Managing Director of Popular Foundations Private Limited, engaged in the business of civil construction with over 30 years of expertise in the construction of educational institutions, industrial buildings, and hotels. A native of the South Indian city of Chennai in Tamil Nadu, Venki's growing years were marked by academic excellence, sports, athletics, debating, and stage acting, characterizing his well-rounded and multifaceted personality. He studied engineering at the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology, IIT, Chennai. After his BTech, he chose to remain in India for his post-graduation and got his MBA from India's topmost management school, the Indian Institute of Management, IIM, Ahmedabad, graduating in the top 10% of the class. Venki's Rotary journey started with RC Chennai Mambalam and was its president in 2001-2002. Popular for his pleasant demeanor, quick wit, leadership qualities, and always ready to help attitude, he became the youngest district governor of RI District 3230 in 2007-2008. Venki is passionate about the cause of the girl child, and his work on the empowerment of girls is peppered with many individual and institutional success stories. He became a much sought-after speaker at Rotary and non-Rotary forums. He is equally at ease among Rotary leaders and social celebrities. As a PDG, Venki was actively involved in Rotary India Literacy Mission and was its National Executive Committee member and Joint Secretary. He has been a panelist at several breakout sessions at international conventions and has also represented the RI President at various conferences in India and abroad. Venki was part of the COL. In 2016, Venki was selected to train the incoming governors at the International Assembly at San Diego in 2016 and again in 2017. He was Rotary Coordinator during 2010-2013 and served as a trainer for coordinators at Chicago for 3 years, from 2015 to 2017, both years included. A family man, Venki and his family continue to live in the parental home along with his parents, 2 brothers and their families. His greatest inspiration is his father, a self-made man in whose footsteps he continues to follow the policies of live and let live, and kindness and generosity to all. Venki is married to Rotarian Vinita, a member of RC Chennai Towers, District 3232. Vinita is his classmate, a graduate of IIM Ahmedabad, and is a leading shipping professional in India. Venki and Vinita are parents of 2 daughters, Varsha and Varuna, both of whom are IT professionals employed in the US and the UK. The Rotary principles of service and ethics resonate vibrantly in Venki's family and professional life. He is a level 3 major donor. Venki is a keen bridge player, enthusiastic trekker, and loves Tamil theatre. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rotary International Director 2021-2023, A.S. Venkatesh.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let us put our hands together in welcoming our Rotarian RI Director, Rotarian A.S. Venkatesh. Rotarian A.S. Venkatesh, over to you.
Thank you, Rishi. Can you have this screen sharing stopped?
Just a moment, sir. I'll get it fixed.
Because if I keep staring at my face for long, I get scared. So cut it off.
Harish, can you remove the screen sharing, Harish?
Okay, you think it says
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's Rishi's screen, it is on. Anyway, okay, let's not waste much time. Yeah, I'm sure he'll sort it out soon. Good evening, friends. President, my good friend Kapil, DRR Anbu, Youth Service Director Balaji, and the person responsible for my presence here, a good old friend, Shiv Kumar Ishwaran. When I say good old friend, it's not about his age. The friendship is old. He is not old. So let's not confuse when I say old friend. The friendship is old, and I'm really happy to be present here amongst all of you this afternoon. RYLA has been something that I've looked forward to attending because I didn't have the chance when I was your age. I was never a Rotaractor, so I missed out on the opportunities to be a Rotaractor and so hence participate in such wonderful events. To make up for that lost time, I accept all invitations to be at any of the RYLAs anywhere in the country. And sometimes people are generous to say that Venki has decided to spare his time amongst busy schedule, but that's all nothing. I come here for a selfish reason. I get a lot of energy looking at such enthusiastic youngsters. I learn a lot from them. So it's nothing to spare time. It's for a selfish reason that I come for all these programs. I learn, I take back something after attending these programs. The way, for instance, the MCs have been coordinating 3 MCs for a program. That's something I've learned today. I've never seen a program with 3 MCs very beautifully synchronized and coordinating an event, and lovely to see that happening. So there's always something to learn, something to look forward to in such events, more so when the next gen participates. You know, they come up with so much of energy, so much of enthusiasm. So I go back charged after such a program. Thank you for having me over, Shiv. I really appreciate this invitation and thankful to you for having me over. As I said, I've never been a Rotaractor, but let me also confess that I don't think I know enough and I've learned enough in this life thus far to be able to advise or inspire or motivate. Those are big words. I have not yet reached there. I have a long way to go to reach that position. But nevertheless, it doesn't stop me from a few of the things that I have learned in my life, and I want to share that with you, considering that we have a huge number of international participants at this program, and of course, several from Chennai, the multiple Rotaract clubs sponsored by Rotary Club of Madras. And the amount of work Rotary Club of Madras does is something amazing. I have not seen too many clubs. Probably Bangalore or Ramseshu may come close to it, but that's the kind of work RCM does, and it really amazes me every single time. Number of Rotaracts, the number of interacts that they sponsor, and wonderful. Kapil, you guys are doing an awesome job, let me tell you. We are proud to be a part of the same district where RCM is also a member. See, over the years, there are a few things that I have learned. This year, our international president, Holger Knack, has given us a wonderful theme. He says Rotary opens opportunities. These are challenging times. COVID-19 has reset a lot of our priorities, reset our lifestyle, reset our the way we spend our time, etc. There are a lot of challenges as we move forward, and hopefully looking forward to some solution in the not too distant future. But when there are challenges, there are also opportunities. I do recall, which I've shared with some of my friends in the past as well, I do recall reading Ricky Ponting's autobiography some time back. Ricky Ponting, as those of you who follow cricket may know, was a former Australian cricket captain. So, and I'm a keen follower of cricket, unlike Silva, who is a player, and I heard a second division player. That's wonderful, Silva. I'm a follower of cricket. I don't play anymore. I'm past that age, and my bones and my rest of muscles don't cooperate anymore. So I don't play nowadays, but I do watch and follow cricket. And I read in Ricky Ponting's autobiography, one of the questions posed to him was about how does he remember the field that is set before he takes guard. Before the bowler comes and bowls at the batsman, how does he remember which fielder is where, so that he can, ensure the ball avoids those fielders and goes to the boundary. So the interviewer asked Ricky Ponting, so how do you map this field in your head? Is it like a computer mapping that you map, okay, so-and-so is here, there's a mid-on, there's a mid-off, there's a long on or a square leg, or how do you map this field set in your head so that you remember when you face the ball? Ponting had a beautiful answer to this. He said, I don't map the field at all. So the interviewer was surprised, was shocked. You always expect a top-class world player to remember the field almost like a computer mapping. Then after a pause, he said, I don't map the fielders in my head. I map the gaps in the field. He said, I don't remember where the fielders are, but I do remember where is the gap. It's because I need to hit the ball in the gap, not to the fielder. If I remember the fielder, my hand-eye coordination will take the ball to the fielder. Instead, if I remember the gaps, the ball will go into the gaps and reach the boundary. And it's an amazing thought. He put it in very simple words for, of course, he was talking about a cricket field. But how often are we focused on the obstacles and in the process missing out on the opportunities? The fielders are the obstacles and the gaps are the opportunities. Do we map the fielders or do we map the gaps? It's something that I've always thought about whenever there's a situation. Am I looking at why it cannot be done and find reasons why it cannot be done, or am I looking at how it can be done? Are the roadblocks in my mind, are the opportunities in my mind, the options in my mind? This is something that I've grown up with, and this is a kind of thought that has guided me on several occasions. All of us do face challenges at varying points in time. All of us do face hurdles. I mean, nobody can say that they have never faced a hurdle in their life. But do we look at the hurdles and feel disheartened, or do we look at the possibilities of how to overcome and convert it into a hurdle race and reach the rest of the tape? That is something that I want you guys to think about, because there are going to be challenging times. And are you going to look at the opportunities? Another incident which comes to my mind, another thing I read about, was about some of you may not even follow cricket, so let me go to football. I do follow a lot of sports. Football is also one of the sports I follow. I used to be a player in my younger days. I read a book about a very famous football coach who was charging a huge amount for the summer camps which he conducted for the children. So he was in Florida, if I remember right, and one of the summer camps, father of a boy decided to find out, accompany his son to the coaching camp on the first day of the coaching camp to find out why is this coach charging such a hell of a lot of money? What does he do special? So he accompanied his son to the coaching camp on the first day. They were all waiting at the appointed time, and the coach emerged out of the dugout or the pavilion or whatever you want to call it. And they said, "Okay, boys, let's start camp today." And just then they noticed this coach wasn't carrying anything. So this father of this boy said, "Mr. Coach, have you not forgotten something?" He said, "No, I haven't forgotten anything." The father, the senior man, said, "You have come to teach football to my son, and you are not even carrying a football with you. How are you going to teach football to him? I think you have forgotten to carry your football." So all the boys laughed. They all sniggered. "Oh, our coach has made a mistake." We all love to see our teachers make a mistake and we laugh at them. Whenever we have been students, we love to see our teachers making a mistake. So here was a coach who had forgotten to bring a ball. So all the boys laughed. After the laughter died, this coach looked at all of them and said, "All right, how long is a normal football match, assuming there is no extra time?" So one boy said, "90 minutes, sir." He said, "All right, how many players are there on the field?" He said, "11 on each side, that is 22. Then he came to the third question, the most important question. "How many balls are used in a match?" He said, "1. He said, "There we go. In a match lasting 90 minutes, 22 players are going to vie for one football on the field, which means on an average, you will have the ball for only 4.5 minutes on an average. Another 85.5 minutes, you're not going to have the ball with you. So let me first teach you what to do in those 85.5 minutes when you don't have the ball, and then I'll come to the 4.5 minutes when you have the ball." That silenced everybody there. Right? The statistics shows that 22 players vie for one ball, you're going to have the ball for only 4.5 minutes. The point there was, of course, it was a football story, football incident that I found interesting. But more importantly, there was something that I got from that, something I took home from that. Those opportunities that come our way are those 4.5 minutes when we have the ball. But in the other 85.5 minutes, are you going to be positioning yourself, warming yourself up in the correct position to receive the ball from another player, the correct angle to shoot the ball at the goalpost? All these things you do when you don't have the ball. That is exactly what we need to do. The opportunities are going to knock at you sometime or the other. But the rest of the time that you prepare yourself, are you really equipping yourself to make the best use of that opportunity that comes your way? That's what you need to do in those 85.5 minutes. As a football player would do, he would be running up and down. He may not have the ball with him at all. He'll be in some position so that one of his teammates, if he happens to pass the ball to him, he's in the correct angle, correct position, correct foot forward, dodging. Everything happens when you don't have the ball. So that when you do have, you are in the best position to make the most of it. That is exactly what Holger said. Rotary opens opportunities. So opportunities will come your way. But are we ready to make use of those opportunities? Are going to start preparing once you see the opportunity. By then it may be a little too late. This is something I've learned. So I don't think any point in time is really a waste of time. If only we know what to do with that time. If only we know how to equip ourselves, how to prepare ourselves, how to warm ourselves up, and position ourselves in the correct angle, correct location, so that when the ball comes to us, I can shoot it at the goal. This is something I've learned from sports. So these are the things that I want you to think it over. I'm not saying that this will work for you, it will not work for you, that's up to you. I'm not going to advise or pontificate here, but all I can say is that it works for me. It works for me very well. So I would want the next gen to not think of anything as a hurdle. Look at the opportunities, look at the options, and equip yourself to face those opportunities and make the most of it when it comes to your way. So this is something I wanted to share with you this morning, and I just have a request for the youth services team of the district as well as RCM. I did go through the entire agenda of RYLA, amazing speakers, somebody like Ram Kumar, Sheshu being there, or Sujit. And I've heard all of them, and I can tell you it's going to be amazing set of speakers, amazing set of panelists you have got, or Krishnamacharya, Srikanth for that matter. But I do have one request beyond that. Very often we fail to train people on how to face failures. This is something I want you to look at. Let us also have one session where somebody shares a failure story, not just a success story. Are failures going to demotivate to an extent that we give up on everything, or are we going to learn a lesson or two and move forward? I want some way of training people to face failures as well. But that is something everybody talks about, how to be a successful person, but nobody tells you what to do when you fail. So life is not going to be one of success stories at all times. There are going to be occasions when we fail. How do we face that failure is something we need to be trained in as well. So that's my request to you, Selva, through you to the district as well. Wherever we have a RYLA, let's have one session on how somebody has coped with failure and come out trumps thereafter, without getting completely bogged down by it. That is something that we need to look at. And another request to the organizers here and in future RYLAs as well, let's also focus a little, one session at least on health. Health is something that we need to, and COVID-19 has probably taught us all that, that if at all there's one thing that cannot be replaced with, it's our health. So let's also, right from the beginning, from any of those RYLAs, focus at least one session on some tips or techniques on health management as well. These are the couple of suggestions I have for this, and I'm sure RCM with its wide network and the kind of resources at their disposal would do a wonderful job. Thank you, Shiv, for having me, and Kapil and team from RC Madras. It's been a wonderful opportunity for me to interact with all of you and be energized in the process. It's been a Sunday afternoon well spent for me. Good luck and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Venkatesh, for coming.
Thank you so much. Quickly, if I can intervene, I'd like to welcome Chika. Shrikant has just joined in. Welcome, Shrikant.
Yes.
Okay. Back to you, MC.
Yes, sir. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, with no further delay, I would like to present a small token of love to our chief guest, RI Director Rotarian A.S. Venkatesh, sir, over to the technical team for felicitation. Thank you very much. Rotarian Venkatesh, sir, RI Director, thank you very much for all the insightful things that you have said us. We will definitely be futuristic and we will emphasize more about the health and a session to overcome failure, and definitely we will strive by your words. Thank you very much, Rotarian RI Director Venkatesh. Rotaractor Mona, over to you.
Okay. So I would like to call upon Rotarian Ramkumar Seshu. I'm very proud to read his profile now. He's an author and founder of Born to Win Learning Services. He's dedicated to building a generation of winners by getting people to be I can, working in we can teams, actively involved with leadership and success process for the past 3 decades. He has spent over 20 years in the service industry of marketing and advertising communication. He joined Rotary Club of Bangalore in year 2003. During his stint as president of Rotary Club of Bangalore, 14 to 15, the club was recognized as the best club of the district. He also served as Deputy District Trainer, Chair of the Conference Program Committee, Chair of the Empowerment Committee, District Secretary, Assistant Governor, Director of Youth Service, and currently Director Awards Committee. I'm very proud to welcome Rotarian Ramkumar Seshu for International RYLA Marina. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'm delighted to be here. I'm meeting some old friends after many, many years. Shrikant, I hope you remember that Born to Win, and we did, Krish Cricket did some wonderful work together many, many years ago with my friend Ramki, many days ago. Shiv, thank you very much for inviting me and asking me to do a small session on icebreaker. What I will try and do, Shiv, to help you is that I'll try and also pull back in terms of time so that we try and get back to the schedule as quickly as possible. First of all my young friends, can I request you all to go to your respective chat boxes and type a yo for me? You know, my signature across the world, I always start a program with this thing called yo. So can you type a yo so that I know that all of you are here? President Kapil requested that all of you try and see if you can put on your videos so that, you know, I can see you, and I'm going to do a small activity with you at this point of time. So type out a yo. If you do it with a capital Y and a capital O and with some exclamation marks, that means it's a very loud yo that you're going to give all of us. So let's see how many yos that we're going to get. Can one of the MCs help me do a quick, oh my goodness, the chat box seems to be on fire right now. That's lovely. Come on, how many more yos that we go? Okay, lovely. So can we have a yo saying that, you know, yo to the Rotary Club of Madras, yo to this particular lovely program, Marina, yo to the fact that we're all here on a Sunday afternoon, and let's do this yo saying, you know, that we're alive and we're out here. We want to have some fun, and in the process, we're also going to learn. My friend Venki asked us to, you know, made a very interesting suggestion. So let me straight away start with that itself. He said, "How do you handle failure?" And let me start by addressing that specific issue with all of you. You know, you've heard of people who've been serial successes in life. But let me tell you something interesting. I am actually a serial failure. Okay? I failed in school. I failed in college. I failed many times in business. I failed in a lot of ways, you know, many times in life I failed. So let me tell you the definition of failure. And let me try and explain this to you in an interesting way. When you want to walk in life, when you're going to walk, when you're going to run, when you're going to jog, you will fall. That is a guarantee. When you want to do something in life, you're going to fall. Let me tell you that. But the point is that when you fall, you must remember one thing. Falling is not failure. Falling is not failure at all by any length of imagination. If you fall and choose to remain there, then you're a failure. But if you fall and get up and start walking again, start running again, doing whatever you were doing, then you're a success in life. Keep this in mind. Prepare for the fall. Prepare for the fact that you will fall, and prepare for the fact that when you fall, have the courage, have the strength to stand up and start running again. And that is the difference between someone who can be a success and someone who's still waiting to be a success. Keep this in mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, let me share a screen with you. During this particular last 6 or 8 months, I have been interacting with a number of very young people. And when I've been talking to these young people in various schools, various colleges, you know, we're going through crazy times right now. This particular pandemic has hit us in more ways than one. And in these times, I've been hearing of some wonderful stories of how people have used this time to reboot their lives and to do something with their life. So let me share a couple of things. So can I actually do a screen share, please?
Ramkumar, you are co-host, so you can do the screen share.
All right, great. I think I can. Wonderful. So first of all, thank you very much, Shiv, for calling me to this wonderful program, Marina. I'm delighted to be here. My inspiration, and this I'd like to start with Swami Vivekananda, because let me tell you why Swami Vivekananda. First of all, let's read what he says. He says, all the powers in the universe are already ours. It is we who have put our hands before our eyes and cry that it is dark. Now, this is a phenomenal statement that Swami Vivekananda made so many years ago. Swami Vivekananda, you know, this is an international RYLA that we are doing. Swami Vivekananda was one of the first young people to go across the world and re-establish the fact that India is an extremely Swami Vivekananda, and say what he has to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, the fact is that everything is there within us to succeed in life. It's we who now need to figure out a way of saying, how do we take those hands off our eyes, open it and say, wow, this is something that we can actually go and achieve. Now, let me tell you something interesting. Each of you young people, and we've got about 250 plus people here, young people today, I really envy you, and I'll tell you why I do that. You have the most gorgeous, awesome future ahead of you. This world needs people like you. And we need you guys to go out there and change the world. And the reason why I envy you is that you've got such a phenomenal opportunity to actually go and do that. And that's the kind of stuff that you're capable of. And I hope to spend the next 10, 15 minutes sharing with you some of the things that you can do on a day-to-day basis by which this immense potential that is there within you, this immense power that is there within you, this power of the universe that's there is something that you can bring to the fore on a day-to-day basis. So if you're ready for that, let me start by telling you this. First and foremost, I'd like you all to do me a small exercise. Okay, in addition to the yo, I'd like you to put your name out there in the chat box and say, I'm a winner. Let me try and see how many, which are the first 10 guys who can do that. Let me see which of these 10 people from 251 are going to put their names out there saying, you know, put your name and say, I'm a winner. Let's see how many of you guys can actually do that. Let's see what's happening in the chat box. How many have we got? Have we reached some level? Would one of the MCs like to unmute and tell me how many people have put in the chat box their name and saying, I'm a winner? How many? Would the MC like to help me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How many people have put down saying, I'm a winner? Because unfortunately, I can't see the chat box myself.
Sir, many people are commenting, I'm a winner, I'm a winner.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. Hardly, I guess, more than 50 plus have commented saying, I'm a winner. With their personal names, they are commenting.
Are they writing their names too?
Yes, sir. They are attaching their names. Shivapriya, I'm a winner. Mahalakshmi, I'm a winner.
Yeah, can you just read out some of those names so that we...
Yeah, sir. Ikram, I'm a winner. Prasanna, I'm a winner. Shivapriya, I'm a winner. Sneha, I'm a winner. Devika, I'm a winner. Padmashri, Salman, Akshaya, Sridevi, Hemavati, Shalini, I'm a winner. Riya, I'm a winner. Ruby, I'm a winner.
Very nice, very nice. So we've got quite a few people doing that. Right?
Yeah, sir.
Excellent. So now that you guys have told me that you're a winner, let me tell you what constitutes a winner. Okay, let me share with you a couple of things. There are certain attitudes of winners that are very, very important. And I want you to keep this in mind. Okay, that it is one thing for you to say that I'm a winner, but it's another thing for you to make sure that you start believing that you're a winner. Okay, so what are some of these attitudes? The first one, winner is the price for success. Success is not going to come easy to you, my young friends. You need to work hard. And I'm delighted that we've got one of the icons of Indian cricket here, Krishnamachari Srikanth here. And he will possibly tell you the amount of hard work that he put in to make sure that he's a success. So you've got to, there is no shortcut to success. You need to work for 8 hours on something, please work for 8 hours on that. You need to work for 10 hours on it, then work for 10 hours on that. Make sure that you pay that price for success, because whatever you need to do that. You need to put in those hard yards and make sure that you become a success in life. The second important thing is this. Winners are willing to make something that they want to go ahead and do, then please make that commitment to yourself. There is nothing more important in life than this, that I am going to be successful in my life. This is what I want to do in my life. And you have to make that personal commitment from within. Because when you make that personal commitment from within, there is quite simply nothing that is going to come in the way of what you want to achieve in your life. The third thing winners are willing to do is to accept responsibility. Don't blame anybody in this world. There is nobody on earth, let me tell you, who is responsible for your success other than yourself. You must take that responsibility, saying that, look, I am someone who's willing to take my own responsibility. There are no parents involved. There is no girlfriend. There's no boyfriend. There's no teacher. Nobody other than just yourself. It is you who can make sure that you're going to be successful in life. We just heard the DRR tell us about how Rotaract has helped him become successful. But you know what? Every time that he got that some responsibility to play somewhere, to do something, he did it. And that is the kind of responsibility that you need to take. And that is something that will help you become successful in life. The next thing, winners are people who expect to succeed. Look at that fascinating story that Venki shared with us about Ricky Ponting, saying, I look for the gaps in the field. I'm not really looking for the fielders in the field. So you expect to succeed. So when you want to do something, my young friends, you need to go there with this attitude saying that, look, I am going to be successful. So start planning from that perspective. That, look, I'm going to be successful. This project that I'm going to do or this program that I'm going to do, it is going to be a successful program. And that is something that you need to look at from the beginning. So they expect to succeed. And this is one thing that they kind of inculcate in every single thing that they do. The next one, they use their creative abilities. Look at this fascinating program that is happening today. 3 MCs, seamless. The tech team, seamless. Obviously, they've had a lot of time to practice. They must have done something at the back end to get all of this right. And look at the kind of creative stuff that they're using. I love the fact that, you guys are giving us this virtual thank you poster. I think that's brilliant. So you have to use your creative abilities. Let me tell you, I come from the advertising business. I've created some of the most memorable ads in the world. Sundrop cooking oil, Zandu Balm, Amul, the list is endless. And let me tell you from that field today, every one of us, everybody who's sitting here today and listening to this entire conference, you have some of the most creative abilities that you can bring to the fore. You need to now figure out a way of how you can get those creative abilities to come forward. You need to become curious in life. Don't accept anything as standard. Try and make sure that you get into a situation by which you can get your innate creativity out there. Look for the extraordinary. Look for something which is not ordinary. Look for something which is out of place. And that is the way you can hone your creative talent and you can bring it to the fore. One very important fact, winners persist and persevere. In all my life, let me tell you one thing. As I started off by saying that, I was not a very successful guy in academics. Somehow I didn't really know how to study and I didn't study. But after that, I've gone on to create some memorable brands. I've gone on to mentor some memorable people. And I've realized one very, very important fact in life. The difference between someone who gives up and someone whose success is always one night. Keep this in mind. It's always one night. One night before you could be successful, people who are not yet successful give up. People who persist, people who persevere are people who become enormously successful in life. And I must tell you what happened to me. Many years ago, we were in a pitch situation. And everybody was telling me that it is not possible. You're not going to get this account. You won't sign. This client will not be yours. And I kept persisting. I persevered. I showed to the client that, look, I have their best interest in heart. And the client finally turned around and said, fantastic, we'll give you the work. And ladies and gentlemen, this was the ICICI Bank account. It was one of the largest accounts at that point of time in India. And we were a small agency in Mumbai. But because of the fact that we persisted, we persevered, here is a customer who turned around and said, okay, I will give you the entire business. And we launched ICICI Bank in this country. That's the kind of stuff that you can do. You should persist, you should persevere, never give up in life. Now that we've done some amount of attitudes, let me talk about some of the behaviors of winners. Okay? Now, winners are people who listen and learn. They listen, they learn from their mistakes. Losers normally talk big about what they plan to do someday. So try and become somebody who will listen to people on a daily basis. Listen to everybody that can give you some amount of advice. Okay? The second important thing, they start repeating behavior that works, whereas losers repeat behavior that has brought failure to them. What do I mean by this? Remember, a behavior is a habit of action. You need to keep doing that on a daily basis, keep doing it again and again and again and again. But the difference is this: recognize what is working and what is not working. If there is something that is working for you and is getting you the kind of results that you want, then please, for God's sake, keep repeating it. If there is something which is not working for you, then recognize that behavior and stop it and move on. Sometimes we need help. You need to go to somebody who's an elder to you. You need to go to somebody who's a coach. You need to go to somebody who's a mentor and say that, look, I'm doing this, but it's not working. Can you point me in the right direction? Can you help me get to that stage by which I can now start doing that behavior that's going to work for me? Winners evaluate performance and look for ways to improve. Any of you who thinks that I've learned everything there is to learn about something, believe me, you're setting yourself up for failure. Losers are somebody who attempts to blame someone else. You know, we should get out of this thinking that there are people who are not there to help me. And you need to figure out one. You need to set up goals. You need to have very clear-cut goals and say that, look, here are the goals that I've got for myself. How can I use these goals and not depend on luck and chance? Every day you must have a goal that you want to achieve something in life. That's something which is very, very important. So there's something called the believe, think, act, results relationships. If you want a particular result, start with a belief. If you believe in something, then you start thinking about it, and then you act in that way, you will get the result that you want. Many years ago, I read this lovely thing saying that the mind is like a garden. If you see the mind, it's very much like a garden. Now, sometimes if you see an empty plot, you will see that it is full of, thorns. You'll see it as a mess. It's very dirty. And right next to that plot, you will see another beautiful curated garden. It's the same land. But in one, you're seeing lots of thorns. In the other, you're seeing a beautifully curated garden. What's the difference between the two? Somebody has taken the trouble to make sure that the same land, which is a neighboring land, people have grown something, they've cultivated it, they've watered it, and it's growing well. Now, your mind is like that, my friends. You have a choice today. What are you going to put into this mind of yours? Are you going to put in this mind that I am a winner? And if you are, then that is the way you're going to behave. If you're not going to do that, you're going to do exactly the opposite. So the mind is like a garden. Like you can choose what to sow, you can also choose what you want to think. So my friends, it's very important. Where you've come from is not important. I told you that I failed in school. I told you that I failed in college. And when I finally went to do my master's in Mumbai, in my final year in master's, I was doing a subject called econometrics. And I was convinced at that time that I can do wonders. Someone who's been a failure all his life sat and I worked, and the final year of my master's, I got a first class. What is the learning from this? It was me who decided to change my mind. All those years, I kept thinking of myself as a failure. But when I changed my mind and I said, no, I'm a winner, I can win, I can crack this, I started cracking it. And that was the turning point in my life. So it's entirely up to you to decide what you want to put into your mind. If you want to put into your mind that I can't do something, then well, you won't do it. But if you put it into your mind that I can achieve anything that I want to achieve in my life, then believe me, you can achieve whatever that you want to achieve in your life. So remember one very important point. You must have an action step on your goal, because only then will you be able to achieve what you want to do. Do me a favor. If you want to achieve something, put that down in specific written action steps. Write it down. Make sure that it is put down somewhere that you can see it every day. You can visualize your goal. You can visualize those action steps. And keep this in mind. A lot of people will be dreaming of success. After attending this particular RYLA, I want you guys to do one thing. Wake up and start working at it. Because if you do, you will become a success in your life. You've got that great opportunity. And finally, remember one thing, that you must start believing in your potential for success. See yourself as a winner. Remember, you're all born to win. And when you write down that I am a winner in the chat box, start thinking of this, that I am born to win and I will win. So with this, I end my presentation. But let's get one thing right. It's entirely in your hands to decide what you want to achieve. One of the finest examples of someone that I've seen like this is my good friend Shiv Kumar Ishwaran. When he was the president of Roundtable India, Shiv took it upon himself to build schools. And that was a year when we built a record number of schools in Roundtable. And the reason why he did that is this, that he said, look, it is possible. He motivated his entire team and he got things going. So my young friends today, this is my advice to you. Start believing in yourself as a winner. You've got a great opportunity. The world is out there waiting for you. The world is waiting for your talent. The world is waiting for your time. And this world needs people like you to go ahead and make sure that the world is changed and becomes a better place. God bless you all. Thank you very much, the Rotary Club of Madras. Always a pleasure being here with you guys. Always a pleasure being with all these young people. God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your very inspiring words. I would like to start off by quoting the Japanese, who often say, fall 7 times, but get up the 8th. And that was a quote which I remembered, listening to you talk. Very inspiring talk indeed. Thank you so much. With this, I hand over the stage to my co-MC Mona to take over. Mona, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Ashik. Good afternoon all. So I would like to read the profile of Krishnamacharya Srikanth. I'm very happy to read his profile. So welcome, sir. Krishnamacharya Srikanth, also known as Krish Srikanth, is a former captain of the Indian cricket team and former chairman of the selection committee. He represented Tamil Nadu in the Indian domestic circuit. He is also a commentator on Star Sports Tamil. I'm very proud in welcoming Mr. Krishnamacharya Srikanth for International RYLA Marina. Welcome, sir. Over to you.
Yeah, hi. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Okay. So, what should I start now?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. You can start.
Okay. Hi, guys. How are you? Good afternoon, guys. Actually, it's a Sunday afternoon where I spent some time with my family members. But then Kapil Chitre, my good friend, my roundtable friend, and of course, now you're chairman of, or what do you call, president of Rotary Club of Madras, asked me to speak a few words. I said, yes, definitely, yes. And hi, Chika sir, waiting for you, says Puvi Tamar. Yes, thanks a lot. Fantastic, Puvi Tamar. And good to be with you guys. I think most of you guys are all young students, I understand. I just have a few points. I'm not going to, Ram Kumar earlier on had spoken a lot of points. I think he's given fantastic guests. I remember Ram Kumar Seshu, I'd worked with him a little bit. Our company also Born to Win. And I think he spoke very well on how to be a success and how to be, overcome failures. I think he's touched upon quite a few things. As a cricketer, I can just tell you one thing. Cricket teaches you so many lessons. I just put it in a very nutshell because if a motivational talk, I just generally talk as a motivational speaker, a lot of forums, a lot of corporates across the world, yes. But I don't want to do all that. I just want to give you a crisp talk. Let me make it a 2020 session with you guys. Well, thanks a lot. Somebody says, Kritika says, a big fan of your commentary. Thanks a lot, Kritika. God bless you. Yeah. See, one thing, guys, in today's life, let me tell you very, very honestly, we are living in a very competitive world. You all know this COVID, pandemic, whatever it is. But still, we are living in a competitive world. And if you want to be a success in this competitive world, there are 3 qualities you definitely need. Number 1, first have tremendous amount of self-belief. Have a lot of self-enthusiasm and big energy. Whatever you do, whether you do commentary, whether you do studying, whether you do business, whether you do everything with a lot of energy. I'm an engineering student from College of Engineering, Guindy. Actually, energy can neither be destroyed nor created, can be converted or transferred. So make sure that you're very energetic at all times. Whatever you do, don't worry about what people around you say. People will tell you 100 things. Just don't keep on that. Don't try to please people. Let me tell you very one thing honestly. One fellow will say, sir, in those good old days, people used to tell me, hey, kone hai, yara man, technique speaking, one me kadai, one sutranda, kata mari sutranda. But he's coming and just what he called throwing his bat around. Now the whole world is throwing the bat around. That's what I'm trying to say. See, in the good old days, when I played hitting the shot over the top, they used to call it uppish shot. Over the top, where square cut over the top. That's somebody says, Mukkamala Raja, ball will go flying over the point. He'll say, sir, what uppish shot? Today, the same uppish shot has become uppercut. You hit over the point. They'll say, put your head down and play. Put your head down and play. Play all along the ground. Those days are gone. Playing all along the ground, all those things are gone. Please do whatever you want in a natural way. There are umpteen different ways of becoming successful. Don't have to follow the copybook style, but make sure the basics are right. Somebody says, a mother is a fan of mine. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm the biggest fan. Mainly, yes. Yeah. So do what you feel is right. Do the way you want to do. But make sure the basics are very, very perfect. That's one thing I understood. I had to have the basic technique. Unless you have the basic technique, you cannot play for India. Let's be put it. That's not, you cannot be a success. Take just 3 people as your experience. Kapil Dev Nikanj. Why is he the greatest, one of the greatest all over the world has ever seen? Simply because guy has got tremendous amount of self-belief, tremendous amount of positive approach, and tremendous amount of aggression. The newer version of Kapil Dev is only Virat Kohli. If you see Virat Kohli, he is simply amazing. That guy has got tremendous amount of self-belief. He has everything. He is aggressive. At the same time, he's a brilliant leader. He takes the team along with you. So you have to be very positive in your approach. You take the recent IPL and account. Who are the guys who did very well? Yes, one is either you have to be technically perfect, like KL Rahul. But KL Rahul was brilliantly, yes. He was also a positive in his approach, while you said. And Virat Kohli, we see his approach. He plays with a lot of conviction. That's what it is. So you need to have a lot of tremendous self-belief and be positive in your attitude. You say Shikhar Dhawan got 200. Anything else, go for it. Chris Gill, go for it. You say anybody, go for the shots. So when you want to play attacking cricket, when you want to play very positive in your life, you need to have a lot of belief in yourself that I can play positive in my life. I can do this. So that belief has to be within you. So that is what it is. So that is the way you'll have to play your guys. And then you have to be innovative. Today, you have to do the things in a different way. While you follow, yes, Surya Kumar Yadav, you see by the way Surya Kumar Yadav plays. He's got technique. At the same time, he's got tremendous amount of it. And when I say about innovation, I was talking about this Varun Chakravarti only. Somebody said, you see a guy from Madras who's not played much of cricket, but then because of his beautiful off spin going heavier, he's made a huge impact in the Indian cricket team and he got selected. Unfortunately, he could not go on to this, what he called tour of Australia because of injury. So unless you are an innovator, you cannot be success. You cannot break through. Imagine there are 124 crore people in India, man. Come on. You want to be one among them. You want to be a few among them. The only way is the Natarajan, as he said, right? Why is Natarajan great? Because he's got innovative ways of bowling the Yorkers. How does he practice those Yorkers? He said he's a guy coming from some rural part of Salem. Imagine, guys, that guy bowls zoom, zik, zik, those Yorkers. Amazing, Nattu. Imagine that guy bowls Yorkers like Malinga. So that's it. You thought about Devdutt Padikkal. Beautiful examples. I think our viewers are showing that. Devdutt Padikkal, the first match he said, he plays with ease and he was confident against all bowling and he was not scared of playing shots. You take the boy Murugan Ashwin. I'm taking the names who are not big names, who are uncapped players. Murugan Ashwin. He bowls leg spin, 4 overs from Madras. He's done it. Bishnoi, brilliant, fantastic. You see the young guys who have made a huge impact. Saini at least played for India. Jagadish, yes, he's yet to make an impact, but he's got the opportunity. You see this guy, you see the Rotaract Gaikwad. You give him the opportunity, the youngsters know how to do it. So how do we do it? You will have to be different. You will have a tremendous self-belief. That's what it is. Your Priyam Garg, Riyam Garg, Tuatia, you see those guys. What, Tuatia, 30 runs in an over? Amazing. How? Because that guy said, I can do it. First 15 balls, he was struggling. When the Kings Lord Punjab was playing as RR, what is this guy doing, man? Even a comment, he said, what is this guy doing? Lotu. Suddenly, this guy comes and backs 5 6s in over. That is what it is today's world. At least Sam Curran has played for England. But I'm taking examples of uncapped players who have done well in the recent IPL, which you all watch. How did they succeed? They were innovative, they were positive, and they said, okay, I will do what I can do, and I will believe in my own self and do it. That is what it. Imagine a guy like Rashid Khan, as somebody said, put it rightly, coming from Afghanistan, my dear friends. Afghanistan. He makes everybody dance in the world. He is the best of the what he call leg spinner in the world. And the best T20 bowler, I would say. Nobody can play him. 4 overs, 15 runs, 4 overs, 20 runs, 3 wickets. Everybody's scared of him. They just defend. When you become positive, when you are aggressive, the opposition becomes negative. They go on the defense. That is what it is. So, most important thing is that. And as somebody put Mayank Agarwal, for example, that guy, amazing, yeah. That guy Mayank Agarwal, I seen him in RCB playing a T20 cricket, playing small cameos about 5-6 years back. From a T20, he's reversed himself, got into Ranji Trophy, Tulip Trophy. Now he's got 2 double hundreds in Test cricket. That is what you're talking about. Self-belief, innovation, conviction. That is what you guys need to do. Thanks for somebody saying icon of cricket comedy. Thanks a lot, guys. So thanks for your lovely words. This is what you youngsters need, please. Kedar Jadava, Vanappa, already comedy. So let's not talk about him. So what I'm trying to say is, you just cricket, watching cricket itself, you will learn a lot of things. Cricket, life, everything is all fantastic. You take MS Dhoni, coming from Ranchi. Nobody knows that, he's put Ranchi in the world universal map, and universal map. That guy has won 3 world. He's got the T20 World Cup. He's won the T20 main World Cup 2011. He's won the Champions Trophy. That is what. There are tremendous opportunities, my dear friends, in this world. It's how you, react to it, and how you are able to take those opportunities and make it. For that, I say, be positive, have tremendous amount of self-belief, and just be yourself. Don't worry about what the world says. Don't say, hey, am I good? Am I not? Even today, the way I speak, I will not speak like a typical other professional motivational speaker. I speak from my heart, because Kapil Chitale, who's my very close friend, said, Chika, can you speak and can you motivate the youngsters? Be yourself, because the world is only there to criticize you. Everybody in the world will only come and say, what you're doing is wrong, Chika, you did this, that. They'll only try and find fault. Forget about what the world says. You do what you feel is right. Always think through your heart. Don't think through your mind. Your mind is a monkey. Your mind will jump this way. Look at this way, the 50% say right. The other 50% say that's it right. Think through your heart. Heart will say the same good things. Hardik Pandya, somebody put very right. See, because that guy, when he follows the ball, he's simply amazing. So just take this guy's example. Take Virat Kohli as an overall example. A guy who's got tremendous self-confidence, a tremendous self-belief, and tremendous belief in everybody. I already spoke about KL Rahul. He is KL Rahul, classy Rahul. Rohit Sharma, world's #1 T20 one-day cricketer. What a cricket. 5 centuries, 2011 and 2019 World Cup. See, I like the guy, Ishan Kishan. Yes, just imagine Ishan. Uncapped player. You see the way he played positively? He was not worried who the opposition is. He was not worried who the bowlers are. Tap over covers for 6. Tap over mid-wicket fix. He was playing shots at will. How can you play shots at will? You can play shots at will when you have tremendous self-confidence and when you know, I can do it. Guys, understand something. In life, always only one small thing. I'll close this. This? Only one advice to you youngsters who are all studying in college. I assume that most of you are young. In life, when you come to my age, I'm 61 years old. I'll be 61 on December 21st. One more month, I'll be 61. When you're 60 and odd, you should look back in life. Have you achieved anything? Be an achiever. Try to become an achiever. Most important thing is become an achiever. Let 4 people look up to you and talk about it. Do something that people will be able to talk about you. But these guys, with these few words, all I can say is, guys, have a great time. Life is enjoyment. Enjoy life. Do whatever you want. But only one thing, just have a lot of tremendous faith, belief in you, be very, very positive, and be innovative in your approach. Whatever you do it your style. Let it be your style. You are the master of your own self, nothing else.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
That was Chika and his usual inimitable self. Thank you so much, Chika.
Kapil, it's all for you, Kapil. Since you requested me, I could not say no to you. My granddaughter is waiting downstairs to meet your friends. My granddaughter, my son also. I just have to go play with my granddaughter now. But still, I thought, since it's young, the youth, you guys are the, what I call future of India. So I thought I should come and just talk to you guys. And that's what I would say.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for spending your valuable family time with us.
I'm not Krishnamacharya Srikant. I'm Krishnamacharya Srikant for your information.
Okay, sir. So I'll correct it next time.
Raja, amma udranga par book mela Raja, jolly irunga pa, enjoy பண்ணுங்க pa. நம்ம ஊர் பசங்க எல்லாம் சும்மா நம்ம ஸ்டைல் பீலா விடுங்க. வாங்க ஸ்டைல் ஆடுங்க வாழ்க்கை அப்படிதான். என் வழி தனி வழி ரஜினி ஸ்டைல்ல போங்க எல்லாம் வாழ்க்கை செமையா போடும் உங்களுக்கு. அவ்வளவுதான். அதுக்கு மேல ஒண்ணும் இல்ல சொல்றதுக்கு.
Thank you so much, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir. I now hand over to my co-MC Ashik.
Thank you, Mona.
Yes.
So yes, next up, I would like to call upon another guest of the day, P.N. Mohan sir, to introduce Arun Krishnamurthy. So sir, over to you.
Mohan, how are you?
Hi, Chikan. Hi, good. Good.
Mohan, I'm sorry I had to leave you. My good friend Mohan is going to talk about water conservation. He called me in the morning and said, no, I have to spend some time watching him talk. But Mohan, Arana and all has come, so I'm going to rush down, Mohan. You'll have to excuse me.
I'll tell you that later. Go ahead.
God bless you, Mohan, and everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for preponing this because Arun Krishnamurthy has another meeting to go. I'm going to briefly tell you about Arun. He's a wonderful human being. He's all of 33 years old. He is an environmentalist who has initiated the campaign of cleaning various lakes across India. He's also known for founding an NGO called the Environmentalist Foundation of India. And he has been based in Chennai, which has its branches in other parts of the city. He is highly qualified. After doing his qualification, he was working for Google, and he left a very lucrative job and got into Environmental Foundation of India. He will be telling you in greater detail about the lake restoration process, after which we'll be showing you a video and a PowerPoint presentation once he has finished his talk. Over to you, Arun.
Thank you, sir, for the kind introduction. I request the host to enable screen sharing for the speaker also, please. Thank you, Mohan sir, for the kind introduction. I thank the Rotary for this opportunity to virtually address and reach out to several youngsters. My name is Arun Krishnamurthy. I run the Environmentalist Foundation of India, EFI, a wildlife conservation and a habitat restoration group. I come to you from Nagarkovil right now. I reached here this afternoon, keeping in mind the northeast monsoons and the several water bodies that we've been focusing on. Specifically, to be precise, it's the Thamrabarni river stream and the associated water bodies, and the endless list of lakes and ponds, which we take for granted, is the reason as to why I'm here. And I'm going to, if the screen sharing is enabled, which will make Mohan sir very happy. Just give me 1 minute. What you're seeing on screen right now, is fortunate that my flight took this route and we were able to see the Madambakam Lake. And with this lake image, I'm going to tell you the story of how we are blessed. We are blessed as a nation, water, wildlife, and we are ruining the Madambakam Lake by itself is a 257 acre large water body. And if you're wondering what is the big deal about a 257 acre lake in Chennai, the simple story is as this. Whether it's Bangalore, Hyderabad, Bhopal, Lucknow, all these cities will have a limited list of lakes. But Chennai as a city is home to hundreds and thousands of lakes, which ranges from large lakes to midstream lakes to small ponds and more. That is where my story begins. I grew up in Mudichur, which is in suburban Chennai near Tambram. And I grew up amidst several such lakes and ponds. And I was always curious how these lakes and ponds came into existence. And the story goes like this. Our forefathers had such thought clarity. They knew that water was not just an elixir for life, but water was life. There was no electric motor system back then which could pump out underground water and fill up our overhead tanks. And at the end of an open tap, water was not always available. That is exactly where the lakes and ponds, that surface water bodies such as lakes and ponds were established so that water was available for all life forms. Take into consideration the Madambakam lake, whose image you're seeing right now.
Yeah.
This lake was a battlefield. The Chola kings who ruled over this part of the world, established a battalion.
Arun, your voice is a little
which
bad.
Had to practice its armory, which had found practice yard. So they developed a large armory to practice. Sorry, is my signal poor?
Yeah,
Hello?
signal is poor, Arun, so we are not able to hear you properly.
Okay, 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Can you hear me now?
Now you're better, yes.
Okay, I've walked out onto the field. Yeah. So you're able to see the image, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I was telling you about how the Madambakam Lake is not just another surface water body, but it has a rich history. And the history goes as this, that the Chola kings who ruled over this part of the world wanted a practice yard for their armory, for their battalion to practice their war skills. So they established a large piece of land in which they trained their men and women and even their animal forces into several war skills. At the end of the war, they converted this large battlefield practice yard into a lake. And that's what you're seeing in the image below. Whether it's the Veeranam tank near Katamanar Kovil or the Manimangalam Lake, which is on the Tambram Oragadam highway, all these water bodies were once upon a time battlefield practice yards. And they were converted into surface water bodies which would store water, precious water for all life forms. That is exactly the history that we have to go back to, look into, understand before we dump waste or before we encroach our lakes. Our lakes and ponds have stood witness to several changes in timeline in history, and they've been in existence for time immemorial. It is extremely unfortunate that in the modern age, in our short span of life, 50, 60, 70 years, that we take these water bodies for granted and then we are ruining them. Take, for instance, the Madambakam Lake itself. Thanks to the support of the Rotary Club of Madras, we've been able to work on the restoration of this lake. But it didn't happen so easily. We've removed anywhere between 600 to 650 tons of non-degradable trash from this lake. That is 650 tons of plastic, rubber, thermocol, every single non-degradable trash that you and I threw. Almost all of us, if we've given a paper and a pencil and we're asked to draw something about nature, what would we draw? We'll draw a hill, we'll draw a stream, we'll draw a coconut tree, we'll draw a V-shaped bird in the sky, and we'll put a tiny rectangle house under that coconut tree. We all want a life which is blessed by nature, which is in turn where we can give back to nature. But how many of us have that opportunity in the modern age? Whether it's air, water, or food, or milk, everything is contaminated. That's exactly where we are trying to see how we can get young people to participate. For all the youngsters who are on this call, one of you is an amazing photographer, and you've been wanting to become a wildlife photographer, or you've been wanting to become a portrait artist or a landscape artist. My challenge to you is, why can't you use your camera skills to tell the Chennai lake story? One of you wants to do motion pictures. One of you wants to do good documentaries. And my humble request is, why can't you think about making strong, sharp videos which speak about the need for conservation of water bodies, wildlife, and more? There is one of you who wants to become a lawyer in the future. We're trying to see if you can become a policy manager, where you can draft policies, where you can advise the governments, where you can become a think tank for several path-breaking ideas. Like this, there is scope for all of us to participate in environment conservation. We assume that environment conservation is just for a handful few, and the remaining bunch of us can keep polluting, and we'll have these limited set of people like Mr. Mohan who will walk around and clean up all the lakes for us. No, that's not happening. All of us need to participate. Imagine if there was no water at the end of your open tap. Imagine if your mother did not make that meal for you. If the vegetables did not reach your home. Do you know how to grow your own vegetables? Do you know where to find drinking water? And do we consider ourselves the fittest to survive on this planet? We may speak 6 languages. We may know everything from LeBron James to who won the US elections last month, to all of that, something which probably we have knowledge on. But unfortunately, we don't have the life skill knowledge on how to survive on this planet. That is exactly where we're requesting each of you to think about your skill sets, your communication skills, your management skills, your research skills, your people skills, and how you're going to think about the planet, put forward the planet, and then put forward our own interests ahead of it. That's exactly where my request lies. I'm going to request Mohan sir to talk to your coordinator and see if we can take all of you to these lakes, the Koladi Lake, the Ayapakam Lake, the Mittanamalli Lake, the Tirumallai Oil Pond, the Madambakam Lake, these 5 water bodies, which I've had the opportunity to work with Mr. Mohan in reviving and restoring them. The science that's gone into the restoration. It's not just about removing the garbage, digging up the lake, but it's about thinking about that frog, that snake, that crab, that bird, and how do we restore that lake for all life forms? When we restore that lake, how do we ensure that it doesn't flood the neighborhood? How do we ensure it prevents a drought? How do we ensure that people in the neighborhood do not abuse the lake after we've restored it? Look at the challenges that we have at hand. There are all of these that we have to think about. Unfortunately, when we talk about a lake restoration, immediately everybody wants each of us to do something which is human-centric, ranging from boating in the lake to setting up a garden where we all can go sit. But when are we going to think about the lake for all life forms? With that request, I leave and hand over the session back to Mr. Mohan. And I thank each of you for patiently listening. I'm sorry that my signal is really poor, but I'm somewhere in the middle of Nagarkovil next to a lake, and it's extremely difficult to get signal here. And I hope to host each of you at the Madambakam Lake or one of those water bodies. I wish you all the best and look forward to seeing young environmentalists in each of you. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. An amazing session on how our environment works and true skills required for us to survive today. And I'm sure that out of all of us here and the others who are live streaming you right now through YouTube, you will see a lot of fantastic environmentalists. So that kind of brings us down to the conclusion of the theoretical sessions for a bit, and now it's some time for entertainment. So for all of the participants, we have an amazing band who are going to be playing some songs for you. So guys,
sorry to interrupt. I think Mohan sir has a video to play to show you guys, and he's been waiting with that. So if you don't mind, yeah.
So I think the video is planned, with all due respect, the video is planned after the band right now.
Sure. If you could just connect with Mohan sir, that's all I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Arun, I'll take care. No worries.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So guys, over to the band.
Could you just unmute me? Secretary BRC, that account.
Hello?
Something. It's on me. Hello. Check. 2, 3. No.
unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
So, hey folks, in the meantime, while the band team gets this thing fixed, gets this aux fixed done, so we all have this emoji feature in our chat box things. So when I say 1, you just have to tap on the heart option. When I say 2, you have to tap on the claps option. And when I say 3, you are going to ask for the party things. Okay, I suppose the band team has complete. Sujan, do you copy? Are we good to go?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Guys, can you hear me? If you guys can hear me, just give a thumbs up in the chat box so that we'll be ready.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So hey guys, so sorry for the inconvenience. So we guys are from Western Acoustics band. So myself, I'm Sujan Rahul. So I'm gonna be doing a freestyle rap for you guys. And yeah, so they'll be doing some few cover versions and there are a few originals. So hope you guys will love the good show. So yeah.
Hi. So can you hear me? Can you hear us? Yeah. All right. The first song is I am Vaja and this is Adil. We both are singer-songwriters, and the first song is a song called Lucid Dream. It was written by our band called Joint by the Sea, and it was written by a band called Joint by the Sea. So it's about a dream where you're aware of in the sleep, and when you wake up and you just recollect back. The song concept is about trying to fly, and then you fail, then you keep trying, you can fly high. So let's go.
I can see the colors of my dream.
We can't hear you.
I'll give another try. It's time to realize I'm magical. Roads to the sea always lead to the shore. I can walk till I wake, never know I'll be gone. Alone in the night, I will dance with the moon. Sit with the breeze, it's time to break free. Far away from my fate, I escape to the light. I believe I can fly, here I go. I can feel the colors of my dream. I'm tired from the breeze, played alone. as rain, abundance and the green. I'm in my dream. Road to the sea, always lead to the sun. I can walk till I wake, never know are they gone. Alone in the night, I will dance with the moon, sail with the breeze. It's time to break free, far away from my pain. I escape to the light. I believe I can fly. Here I go. Sing along, come on. One more time.
So that was Lucid Dream, our original, Joined by the Sea.
So it's there on Spotify, right?
Yeah, it's there on Spotify, YouTube. You can just search for Joined by the Sea. It's also on Apple Music. Yeah, so next song.
Next we'll do that.
Next song is a cover.
Yeah, Elvis Presley.
Next song is a cover song. I think most of you would know it. So please sing along if you know it. It's called Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't tell. Falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be your sin? But I can't tell. Falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too. But I can't tell. Falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Something are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too. But I can't help falling in love with you. But I can't help falling in love with
Just Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. Up next is Sujan. Let's rap.
Am I audible? You guys, no, can you hear my voice clearly? Can you put the thumbs up or you can put some smileys in the chat box? Okay, cool. So I'm going to be performing a few rap songs for you. So I hope you guys have heard about an artist called Eminem. So yeah, someone from Dr. Samantha has asked Lose Yourself from Eminem. So okay, I'll give you a few verses from the Lose Yourself. So yeah, here we go. So his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's joking now, and everybody's joking now. The clock's run out, a time's up, over blow. Snap back to reality, oh, there goes gravity, oh, there goes gravity, truck. He's so mad, but he won't give up, that is he know. He won't have it, no. So back to these rocks, it don't matter, he's dope. So alright, so I'm gonna be performing Love the Way You Lie. So if you guys know about the song called Love the Way You Lie, you can drop in your comments. So I'm just watching your comments, guys. So here we go, we'll start with the Love the Way You Lie.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. That's alright because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. But that's alright because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
I can't tell you what it is, I can only tell you what it feels like. And right now it's a still night from my brain part. I can't breathe but I still fight what I can't fight. And no matter what feels right, it's like I'm in a fight. How for love, jump on my head, it's like I'm off your right and I love it, the more I suffocate. I read before I'm about to drop. You can see me, test me, you fucking hate me. And I love you back, ready to go and I'm leaving you. No, you ain't come back, we're running right back. Here we go again, it's so insane, because when it's going good, it's going great. I'm Superman with the greatest stash. Superman, oh, it's bad, it's awful. I feel so ashamed, I'm not with that. I don't even know it. I'm like, hey, I never seen some other man. I just don't know how to
Just wanna stand there and watch me burn. That's alright because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. That's alright because I love the way you lie. Love the way you lie.
Okay, so hope you guys have enjoyed this. And few of them asked rap in the Tamil portion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be singing the famous rap called Vadi Pulla Vadi. So it's no attention for everyone. So I want you guys to turn on the video and wave your hands. Just feel free to enjoy this music. Okay, so be good support for us. So we'll go with the Vadi Pulla Vadi thing. Okay, cool. okay, guys. So the next song which I'm going to do a cover is something real fast, actually. So how many of you guys have heard about the rap called Rap God? It's from an artist called Eminem. So if you guys know the song, pitch in your comment section. So I'm going to be doing a free, small cover of the fastest part of the Eminem's Rap God. So hope you guys enjoy it. Yes. So okay, here we go. Cause I'm beginning to feel like a rap god. All my people from the front to the back now. Now who thinks their arms are long enough to slap box? They say rap, but they call me rap god. But for me, rap, the computer must be my genes. I got a laptop in my back pocket, my pen go off in a hat. I can get fat now from the black profit, living in the killing now fat. So alright, I'm gonna be doing the fastest part. Some of them are Jamal, some of them are body get to the so you might never anything to say. So telling the homie started to the never telling what the telling how do you feel like that telling the feeling on the head everybody for the sex they are probably celebrating because the body get motivated I'm getting music music are we so mainstream but fucking do it like just confuse it. So alright guys, so hope you guys had an amazing show. And for the one last time we are doing a cover version. The arc dedicate content pathina like we are dedicating the.
This is an original, bro. This is for Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Yeah, it's actually an original. I'm sorry, you were supposed to say that. Okay, good. So we are dedicating the song to the legendary, Captain Cool, MS Dhoni sir. So hope you guys will enjoy this. And with this, we are just ending up our version. So yeah.
So this song is basically in Hindi and Tamil, and this was for MS Dhoni's birthday. We did a tribute, and CSK. Yeah, we did a collaboration with Chennai Super Kings team too. It's there on the YouTube page, and it's there on our Instagram and YouTube page too. My Instagram handle is Prince Adil Official and his is Soul Swapper.
The Soul Swapper.
The Soul Swapper, yeah. So,
or you can search for my name, Vaja, V-A-J.
Cool. So here's the song.
துணை கொள்ள நீ ஓடிவா துணிவுடன் நாம் வெல்லுவோம் தடைகளை கொண்டாடுவோம் ஓ மாஹி 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 That was for Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the one and only Captain Cool. So thank you so much, guys. It was fun performing for you all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so with this, we end up this entertainment session. So hope you guys loved it. So if you guys want to follow us, you can follow me on the Instagram handle called this_is_SJ. And
I am Prince Adil Official on Instagram and YouTube. And this is
The Soul Swapper, or you can search for my name. Okay, it's simple. VAJA. Search for my name and you can find my photo. And please follow. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Just know, going through the chat box, and you guys are literally the best, man.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, have a great day.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you guys for such an amazing session. That was a really good refresher. And now with that, we have some more things to show you all. Now I would like to hand the stage over to the tech team for them to play out the video on the lake restoration project, because that is something really soulful for all of us to watch. Tech team, thank you.
A.S. Venkatesh, Rotary International Director, 2021 to 23. Anantanarayanam Sankaralingam Venkatesh, affectionately known as Venki, is a technocrat, thinker, management guru, and motivation.
I think you have the wrong video.
How is Rotary Club of Madras helping in solving the water crisis in Chennai and around, and setting an example for the rest of our country?
150 குடும்பம் இருக்குது. இதனால நாங்க ரொம்ப பாதிப்பு, தண்ணியால ரொம்ப பாதிப்பு எங்களுக்கு.
மெயினா மக்கள் வாழ்ற உயிர் வாழ்றதுக்கு தண்ணி தாங்க மெயின். அந்த தண்ணியே இல்லனா கஷ்டமா இருக்கும்.
According to the Niti Aayog Composite Water Management Index, CWMI, report in 2018, there were around 21 Indian cities that were predicted to run out of groundwater by 2020. Chennai was among 4 major cities in the report, the other 3 being Delhi, Bengaluru, and Hyderabad. Chennai has faced water adversities numerous times since 2015, including droughts, floods, and tsunamis. This had subsequently resulted in dry or polluted lakes. This brought to the fore the groundwater issue, which was bound to have ripple effects on food and green cover. There was a need for quick and effective action. The Rotary Club of Madras rose to the occasion and commenced the restoration of lakes in the city in 2018. The process included roughly 4 steps towards completion. Firstly, a rapid assessment of the hydrological character of soil and water, volumetric survey of the water and silt, and determining the flow of water had to be done. Additionally, assessment of the pollution load was also done. The assessment step would form the basis of the cleaning of the core and periphery of the water body commenced. The dredging and desilting of the water body is done in order to form these foreshore bunds. Creating recharge wells within the pond completed the third step. Lastly, the appropriate bioremediation initiatives help in addressing the major pollutants. The Rotary Club undertook 3 lake projects over a span of 2 years. The first lake that was undertaken is called Puducherry Keni Lake in Sholinganallur, Chennai, spread over 10 acres, benefiting over 5,000 people. It is a deep water pond under the jurisdiction of the Chennai Corporation. After taking the necessary permissions, the Rotary Club followed the 5-step process of cleaning the water body, dredging it to create bunds, restoring canals, creating recharge wells, and undertaking appropriate bioremediation measures. This entire process lasted a duration of 4 months, after which the Puducherry Keni Lake was restored to its earlier glory of cleanliness. The lake's benefit to society, however, doesn't stop there. It requires frequent maintenance and involvement of community, which the Rotary Club ensures and monitors on an ongoing basis. The second lake was Puduthangal Lake Tambaram, Chennai, which is a 60-acre lake. It has been scheduled from July 2019 and has been another successful venture. By adhering to the 5-step intensive process followed in Keni Lake restoration, it has shown great progress. All invasive plants and trees have been cleaned and garbage has been conveyed to municipal dumping yard. The shallow portion of the lake bed has been deepened and the borrowed earth has been conveyed to form the foreshore and main bunds respectively. Aside for a gap of forming the major inlet, 450 mm diameter pipes have been provided for small inlets. Bioremediation has been taken up, and with due rainfall, the lake will be completed in a month's time. The next lake on the itinerary is the Madambakam Lake, situated near the Madambakam village, next to Tambaram and Perumbakam. With a water spread over 250 acres, bund length
Video just stopped.
Yeah, sir, that's a video, sir.
That's all?
Yeah, sir.
Something has gone wrong. Okay. You have the PowerPoint presentation?
Not yet given any PowerPoint presentation, sir.
Okay, okay. Anyway, Ashib, Kapil, do you want me to say it or?
I think, yeah, just quickly finish as to what the status is now, Mohan, with the lake and what the benefits of it are likely to be.
Yeah. Okay, fellow Rotaractors, as you must have seen, fortunately, I don't know why the video is not complete, but this is the lake, 2 lakes that we completed in 2017-18. And now we have taken up 5 more lakes, and all the 4, out of which 4 lakes are already completed. The total number of acres is more than 600 acres of lake restoration. This is going to benefit more than 500,000 people in the city. What is really scary, what you have said, what you have heard, is the 21 cities which are now barely having any water, and 4 large cities are also going to go dry, and one of them is Chennai. And the need of the hour, fellow Rotaractors, is for each one of you to come and see the lake. You are most welcome. You can talk to our Youth Service Director, Balaji Chinni, You can fix up a time, and those of you who want to come and see the lake, we can easily show it to you. There was a PowerPoint presentation, I don't know why, but all I can say is, even during the pandemic time, we were very happy that the government gave us the approval to restore all these lakes, and we have completed all the 4 lakes during the last 6 months. And that is a phenomenal achievement, even during such a difficult time that we are going through. So this is exactly what Rotary Club are doing. We have undertaken this, and I'm glad that I started it when I was the president, 17-18, and all subsequent presidents have supported this particular project, and we hope to do many projects. Not only the Rotary Club of Madras, but many other clubs in the district are coming into this. The Rotaractors, I'm sure you would have realized the importance of lake restoration, and I'll be very happy that the Rotaractors get involved in this project. And please do contact us whenever you want. We'll be only happy to take you to the site, and you will understand a lot more. And you can also be a volunteer to support us in this wonderful movement. Thank you very much.
I'd only like to add over here for everyone's awareness is that it's one individual who was passionate about this and who has seen all of this come to such a fruitful completion in several cases. That's our Rotarian PN Mohan. So it only means that you need to be committed, as Shrikant said, and you need to be absolutely confident in what you're doing is for the betterment of everyone. So thank you very much, Mohan, for all the effort that you're taking towards this.
Thank you, Kapil.
Over to you, MC.
Thank you, sir. I think the main takeaway which we had from looking at the video and after listening to you speak is that the importance of water, which we've always known, and how that the Rotary and the Rotaract not only talk about issues, bring awareness, but also take action, right? It's often said that the best saying is action. And I think that has come full circle. Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to apologize on all of our behalves for the technical mess up. We're really sorry for that. But dare say your speech gave the very impact which the entire event is supposed to. Thank you so much, sir, for that. We value your thoughts very, very much. I'm sure the entire committee feels the same way. Next, after this, I would like to introduce Mr. Sujit Kumar J, a very, very prominent person today. A quick introduction about him before starting off. So if we see back in our culture, right, in the Indian history, education has always played a key role. It's statistically said Indian parents focus way more than on education and the quality of education on their children rather than any other country in the world. It's only in our country that children often study till 25, 26, pursuing masters, PhD back to back, and the parents are really supportive of it. So education is in the heart of our nation, right? And it's a saying that talent is evenly distributed, but opportunities are not. And bringing those opportunities to the ones in need is our guest with us today, Mr. Sujit Kumar, who is working very, very closely as a very functional part of the Matram Foundation, bringing in underprivileged children, smart children, taking genius in them and making sure they shine. Not only is he one of the very key player in the Matram Foundation, Sujit Kumar sir is also a very senior position at Infosys. So I think that at HR, so I think that brings it full circle, right? He handles both making sure these students learn and also helps these students who learn get a job. And I think that is really wonderful, sir. You're a true inspiration. I think a lot of us have known you outside the Matram Foundation world as well. At least me personally, you're a role model. Your work at Infosys, the HRs, the revolutionary ideas you've brought into the hiring process are legend. And I think we're all pumped to listen to you and imbibe what you say into us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ashik, for the kind words. So let me start with the most frequently used terminology. Am I audible? In the last 7 months?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And if suddenly I go on mute, people, I can see Shiv, I can see Mr. Kapil, Pranesh, and Shiba. Okay, these are the 4 faces that I can see. So I'm going to look at you guys and speak. If something is not okay, just show some sign. Because the real challenge in speaking in a webinar is you really don't know whether the people on the other side are listening. I mean, a couple of months back, I was called for a college orientation. So I was in my full flow. I was going on for about 20-25 minutes. Sadly, the other side, some people had muted the video, the audio was on and things like that. So apparently one guy was sleeping in front of the laptop, but his phone was, his audio was not muted. So his mother brought dosa for him for breakfast that morning. And she said this in Tamil, which I'll translate. Okay. And certain things are well said in Tamil. And she said, hey, okay. I mean, had this guy not responded, I wouldn't have felt so bad. Okay. He said, Amma, and he said early morning 9 o'clock. Okay. And after hearing that also, I had to continue for the next 25-30 minutes. So the real challenge in a Zoom call is you really don't know who's listening, who's not. But I think it's a fabulous initiative from Rotary Club of Madras to connect Rotaractors over the internet and do a RYLA, virtual RYLA of sorts. Fantastic. The only thing which I would like to add to you guys, to this group of people, you really don't need to know Sujit as the head of HR of Infosys or Madram Foundation. Remember, I was a Rotaractor, so I was a product of Rotary. Now, if there is somebody who has this cycle, for me, the cycle is not complete. So I came under the Rotary umbrella because I joined Interact when I was a 9th standard. I was the charter president for my Interact club. Then I went on to become the district Interact representative. So I don't know whether Rotaractors, there is a terminology called DIR, just like you have DRR. There is something called as the DIR. So I was a DIR for the year 92-93, then joined Rotaract. Held all positions in Rotaract, and the last one that they gave me was to be the DRR of the district, and I was the DRR of District 3230 then, way back in 2000-2001. And I take great pride in saying that I've almost worked with every single DRR post 2000. That is after I became a DRR. So I was a Rotatia chair and things like that. The cycle is not complete because I have not joined Rotary. I'm sure there will be a time when I could join there as well. So let me start by saying this, why I think I would be a very apt person to talk to this audience is, I've said this in Tamil also many times. Rotary or vishayam en vaalkaiyila nadakana na nadrotla dhaan nindrukkom. Okay, so I would have been literally in the middle of the streets, doing absolutely nothing had Rotary not happened in my life, right? So I learned so much from Rotary, whether it was in Interact or in Rotaract. Since I have about 20 minutes, I want to cut the long story short. In school, I studied in a school where the school used to give a lot of state rankers, and the expectation was that I will also become one state rank holder. But I was an outstanding student. In English, when you say outstanding, don't take it in that sense. I was always outside the class. Sports excited me, so I was always outside the class. So you can imagine, right? I was a school people leader, Interact president. So obviously, all these guys who have become Interact presidents have always been the studious one. So I scored pathetic marks in 12th standard. I scored about 71 in mathematics, not out of 100, out of 200. So that came as a huge shock to the school. So all my friends went into engineering, and I was the only guy who went and joined an arts and science college, right? But I'm just going to give you two stories, and I'll tell you how that impacted my life. I've shared this in many Rotaract platforms, but it's worth listening. If there is a new audience, it's definitely worth listening. So I'm an accidental president. If you watch the movie Accidental Prime Minister, I was an accidental president because there was a time when this Rotary president walked up to my principal's office, and he was explaining what Interact is and how you should select the Interact president. And I remember the principal asking him, what are the qualities of an Interact president? And that time I walked into the principal's office for a circular signing thing. And the Rotary president looked at me and said, somebody like him. So that's how I got picked up as an Interact president. For the first 6 months, I had tea, coffee, samosa because Rotary used to sponsor that, and I was extremely happy about it. But then the Rotary president suddenly came and told me, you have to do some project. I said, what do you mean by project? Interact Club, you have to do some project. And those days, Kanchi Mutt, the Shankaracharya, my school was run by the Kanchi Mutt. Shankaracharya launched a scheme called Pidiyarisi Thittam, which means you donate one handful of rice, right, for charity. And literally, it's not just one handful of rice. You can give 1 kilo, 2 kilos. Some people can give about 10, 15, and so on and so forth. So he said, why don't you Interactors collect rice? It's not about collection money. Go door to door, collect rice. So I, along with my team of 30 Interact friends. I went and collected door-to-door campaign, and we managed to collect about 250 bags, okay, not kilos, 250 sacks of rice, and that's the amount that we managed to collect, and we were super proud of what we achieved. And we gave it to the Rotary president. The Rotary president said on August 15th, we are distributing this rice to different homes, and August 15th, we are donating this rice to a leprosy home near sanatorium, and you have to come. So I didn't know what a leprosy home then. Remember, this was in my class 9. Okay, so I have never seen a leprosy home before. So they took me to this home, and the moment I stepped in, I felt like puking. I just want to turn around and come back. Okay, the place was stinking. There were people with no hands, no arms, no legs, and they were in pathetic condition. And I was made to sit on the podium along with the Rotary president. And they asked me to be part of a photograph ceremony where we were giving a gunny bag of rice. And I was just praying to God, give me an opportunity. I should just run away from this place. Okay, I was just waiting for an opportunity to run away from the place. And literally I did that. In about 30 minutes, I asked my father to come and pick me up, and I just left the place. And this happened on August 15th. Somewhere in October or late October, I was with my dad in a scooter near the Tambram traffic signal. And in a distance, I could see a leper begging in the streets. Okay, and suddenly he saw me from a distance, and with great might, he started walking towards me. And as he came close to my father, I thought he's going to ask for money. With folded hands, this is how he looked. Okay, so with folded hands, he looked at my father, and he said this in Tamil. Nalla pullai pettirukka. Okay. அந்த பையனும் அவங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ்னாலதான் நாங்க 3 வேளை சாப்பிடுறோம் அப்படின்னாரு. Okay, so what he said is, you have a very good son. It's only because of your son and his friends that I'm having 3 meals a day. I just didn't understand what he said, and only then it struck me that this was a leper from the home where even 3 square meal a day was a difficulty. And this simple project of giving 1 handful of rice, which means fed about 200 lepers in that particular home, that project left a huge dent. Okay, because I always believed. Till then, I always believed that when you want to do a project, it was, okay, we do blood donation camp, eye donation camp, I'll fill up the form, I'll go and do some tokenism, what we call as tokenism. Really never understood the impact of what that project meant. That actually shaped me to say, okay, look, I think this is a fantastic thing. It gives a huge kick. People are coming in appreciating for what you're doing. And I continued with after Interact, I continued with Rotaract. Now, Rotaract by far is the best thing to have happened in my life. And I'll tell you, there are many, many people who are accidental Rotaractors also in this particular group. You really don't know why you joined Rotaract. When I joined Rotaract also, I was not fairly clear. Now, even today, you know how Rotaractors are canvassed, right? Machan, WCC has a college. RYLA has a Rotaract club. Stella Maris, there is a Rotaract club. You know, that's not what Rotaract is all about. Now, today, I still don't agree that Rotaract is a community service organization. In my view, Rotaract is a professional development organization. You don't do any service to the community. By joining Rotaract, you do a service to yourself. It shapes your personality so much that you go out as better professionals. And that's what I have learned in this entire journey. Now, when I joined Rotaract, I was in awe of a man who I considered to be my mentor in public speaking. Rotarians would definitely know Dr. C.S. Ramachandran, Dr. CSR. He's called the superstar of Rotary. And he used to come in suit. And 94, he was the governor when I was a charter president of my Rotaract club. So he addressed the district assembly. And this man used to had a gift of the gab. He could just bowl over any audience. So every time when he speaks, I used to go sit next to him, make notes. And I used to ask him, sir, can you coach me on how to speak? And he said, if you have to speak, you have to read a lot. I said, what kind of books? Because the moment I pick up any book, I feel sleepy. And today, if you see a small library at the back of my, right at my back, it has to be actually dedicated to Dr. CSR because he introduced me to the habit of learning. He gifted me a book called Chicken Soup for the Soul. Okay, Chicken Soup for the Soul. And he said, and I don't know, for people who know Dr. CSR, he used to hit people also, you know, and is friendly. The battles will not be like, it's not friendly, it's actually painful. So he used to, you know, pull me up by the ears, and he said, no, read this book. This is just 100 small stories, and it's inspirational stories, real life stories that you can pick up and learn. So I finished 100 stories in about 3 days. And I went back to Dr. CSR. I said, I finished these storybooks. I mean, these stories. Do you have another book? He said, no, Jack Canfield is yet to write a book. You please wait. And the reason why he introduced me to that book is he said, if you want to be good in public speaking, then you have to read a lot. And that's a simple message that he gave me. Dr. CSR is somebody who personally coached me to speak, because I was in awe of standing in front of a large audience. And Rotaract gave me the platform, because you go to any college. See, remember, if you're a DRR, you get easily about 300, 350 opportunities to stand in front of the mic and speak. And no matter what crap you speak, there are people who are willing to sit and listen to you, right? Oh yeah, he's my DRR and things like that. And that's why I say, every time you see a DRR, the way he starts and the way he ends the year, his communication, if not for anything, at least his communication skill increases like anything. He becomes a well-grounded professional. So Dr. CSR is somebody who mentored me. And I'll tell you how that simple one lesson of reading changed my life. So I started speaking in many forums. So I keep account of the number of lectures that I deliver. Today, what I'm speaking to you is lecture number 2694. So this is 2694th talk that I'm delivering. And in all this, I have a very simple, I used to take autographs from very few people. I have written down in this small diary that I maintain that I wanted to take a picture and get an autograph from Jack Canfield, because his was the first book that I ever read. And it so happened in 2019 that I happened to speak in an international conference in Chennai, organized by a company called Success Gyan. So where I was a speaker, and they had 6 other speakers. The 6th speaker is always an international speaker. And guess who was the 6th speaker? The 6th speaker was Jack Canfield himself, the author of The Chicken Soup for the Soul, whose book was the first book that I read, and I wanted to go and take an autograph from him. So today he is a co-speaker. So I shamelessly went to the organizers and I told them, you know what, if you can give me a small opportunity to take a selfie with him, he's kind of a role model for me. Why don't you please help me with that? So the organizer said, no, you finish your talk, we will see. And after I finished my talk, the organizer walked up to me and he said, there is somebody waiting for you backstage. And backstage, when I go there, I saw a 6'7" tall, 74-year-old Jack Canfield waiting for me. And he just gave me a hug. And he said, brilliant, your stories were brilliant. He gave me about 30 minutes of FaceTime. And then he said something which I'll never forget in my life. He said, young man, those 2 stories that you mentioned on stage, would you give me the copyright to be published in the upcoming Chicken Soup for the Soul book? I literally fell off the chairs. Now that day, I remember Dr. CSR in a very fond way, for the simple reason that if you believe in Rotaract, if you believe in Rotary, miracles happen. And it has happened in my life. Now I'm just giving you one simple example of public speaking where Dr. CSR was my mentor. He introduced me to reading books. He inspired, saying, take every single opportunity. He always used to say, Sujit, never say no to any opportunity where you get to speak. It's an opportunity. You will make a fool of yourself, but it's fine. Just go up and speak. Use that knowledge, use that power to inspire people. And that is a message that I've taken very seriously. And public speaking is just a simple example. Now, today, look at how that one skill has helped. When the MC Ashik mentioned about Matram Foundation, if you have a time, please Google up and see. Matram Foundation as an NGO is very unique. We don't take public donations. We don't collect money from public at all. Okay, we educate about 1,157 students without taking a single penny as donation, just using the power of network. And how did this network happen? Is only through your public speaking. So when I go and speak in schools and colleges, I don't take a professional fee. Rather, I bargain for seats. I say, I'll come and speak to your students. How many ever times? How many engineering seats will you give me? How many arts and science seats will you give me? And that's how Matram Foundation runs. So today we have 1,157 students, out of which easily 800 students are first generation learners. 850 students are girls. About 400 of them are orphan children. So we have folks who pursue medicine, engineering, and whatnot. You name the discipline, we have it. And it all started with something called as Interact, Rotaract. The foundation seed was right here. So many a times, I think I heard Mr. Mohan mentioning about this lake cleaning project, and he said Rotaractors can walk in anytime. And now don't just see it as a lake cleaning project. Arun Krishnamurthy, my good friend who spoke earlier, these are people who do it with so much of passion. even the pulse polio immunization project that Rotaractors volunteer, it's not just about going and putting few drops of pulse polio vaccine in a kid's mouth. Okay, again, the same Dr. CSR used to say, you are actually blessing the kid that you will be able to walk, and and you'll not be crawling henceforth, and I'm actually blessing you with this kind of vaccine. See it as a responsibility. Now, Rotaractors, my only request is this: don't use this whatever time when you're in college or whatever as a stopgap. No, this is not a stopgap arrangement. People who invest time, and that's why I say I'm not using the word spend time. In Rotaract, you invest time. People who invest time in Rotaract always get results multiple times than what they expected. But if you're here for a very, very short term, like I want to be the president and then I want to be so and so and I want to be the DRR and after that I want to move on, no, you will be another nobody. But if you trust in this moment, if you want to hone a particular skills, now look at our own Rotaract movement. How many event managers have we produced? Like I take great pride in saying in Rotaract, I was the first HR professional. I was the first HR guy to pursue HR. And after me, there were so many HR professionals. And so much so the DG Vaishnav College HOD who used to say, who's this guy? Who's this guy, Sujit? Because everywhere the application they write, referred by Sujit Kumar, DRR Sujit Kumar, right? Now, sometimes whether DJ Zen, for example, today is one of the best DJs in town. He's a Rotaractor. You look at the event managers, your past DRR Sundar, who runs an event management firm, Prasanna, who runs an event management firm, Jebi, who's a professional trainer, and he runs an event management firm. Now, if you look at people, they have set Shivkumar Ishwaran, who's another the DRR pioneer, is a super senior to all of us. Now, Rotaract will people who decide to spend and invest time in themselves. And that's the reason why I say, whatever you do, give it your 100%. If you're sitting through this RYLA over a webinar or whatever, it might not be that very effective as like a physical session, but invest time. If you're being given a responsibility, invest time and give it your best. Because there is nothing like you not being successful in professional life and you can be a good Rotaractor. No, that does not exist anywhere, right? You have to be professionally successful. If you're a student, you have to be academically successful, and only then you can be a good Rotaractor. Nobody is going to say you are an excellent Rotaractor. You do great community service, but suck big time in studies or in your professional career. No, that doesn't work that way. So I think it's very, very important, no matter from which part of the country you're joining from. It's very important for us to be professionally successful. I just want to leave you with a couple of pointers because I do a lot of professional training outside. Look at this way. Now, in this pandemic time, while a whole lot of them are complaining about what's going around, just ask a simple question to yourself and try and answer this question to yourself. When was the last time you did something for the first time? I repeat this statement again. When was the last time you did something for the first time? In the last 6 months, we are all working from home. We are stuck to the four walls. I mean, literally, I live in this particular room. But I just keeping asking myself, when was the last time I did something for the first time? And in the last 7 months, I did about 13 certifications, and I'm 43-year-old. Now, if you have to equip yourself and stay ahead in the market. Now, if you're a student and you're aspiring to become getting into a top campus placement offer and things like that, then start to reskill yourself. Okay, what you are doing today, it's immaterial. What you want to do for the future is very, very critical, which means focus on learning new skills. And that skills can be anything. It can be literally anything. It can be starting from storytelling to coding to anything. But reskill yourself. Make the best version of yourself, make the best version of yourself, and that is super critical. And once you reskill yourself, you constantly improve, everything else will fall in place. I'm a great fan of this simple rule called the 1% improvement. I don't know how many of you have heard about it. Just Google up and see about what this 1% improvement is all about. The British cycling team, they give this as an example. The British cycling team has never won a gold medal for close to 100 years, from 1907 to 2007, not a single medal, forget gold medal. They've not won a single medal. And the British cycling team gets a coach called Dave Brailsford in the year 2003. And what Dave Brailsford does is he comes and says that I'm not just going to coach the cyclist, I'm going to coach the entire team, which means he includes the cycle mechanics, to the hospitality, to the catering team, to the doctors, and all the support staff. And what he does is, in whatever we do, can we look at 1% improvement every day? So which means he goes to the cycle mechanics and asks them to align the tires better. According to the circumference of the individual, he changes the seats of the cyclist, aerodynamic suits. He teaches the coaches and the team members on how to wash hands. Now, imagine if you're an adult at 25-year-old, and if you have somebody comes and tells you this is how you wash hands, will you be irritated? 100% will be irritated. But then he comes with a logic that cyclists cannot afford to catch cold. If you catch cold, your lungs does not function 100%. And when your lungs does not function 100%, you will not be able to perform better. Okay, it's not like corona. Even common cold impacts performance. And he went one step further. He measured the height of the individual. He studied how they sleep, and he custom made beds and pillows for each one of them. So if you follow Tour de France, which is the most grueling cycling expedition, which is conducted across France, the athletes sleep in 21 different hotels for 21 different days, which means they sleep in different beds. So David Brailsford decides that his athletes will sleep in the same bed. So which means tomorrow they have to reach a particular place. The beds will reach ahead of the athletes so that they sleep in the same bed every day. And he says sleep and posture is very, very important for an athlete. And imagine from 1907 to 2007, British cycling team has not won a single medal. But in the Beijing Olympics in 2008, out of the 9 gold medals available in cycling, but the British cycling team won 6 gold medals. And in 2012, they went on to win 8 gold medals, out of which 7 were world records. They've never won a Tour de France title, but under Sir David Brailsford, they won about 3 gold medals for the year 2014, 15, and 16. And he attributes to the simple philosophy of a 1% improvement. So overnight, we can't be a hero. Overnight, you will not become a good public speaker. Overnight, you can't be an academically sound person. But if we decide to improve 1% every day, which means if you want to write a book, start writing at least 1 page a day. If you can't do 1 page a day, at least 1 paragraph. You can't even do 1 paragraph, at least 1 line a day, but make it a habit. So when you start doing this as a habit, and that's what they say, the secret of successful people is only 3 things they talk about: discipline, habits, and routine. And here people are always asking, what is this habit and routine, right? Now, I want to read. I read whenever I get time. No, that's not what a routine is all about. But people who bring in routine, they say I read between 6 and 6:30. And if you notice all successful people, they always have a fixed routine. Now, routine to youngsters is something can sound very claustrophobic. Oh, that is a boring life. No. If you can get into some kind of a routine where you devote time, I think that's the beauty. And the last and most important message I just want to leave you, my dear friends, is this group of people who's attending this program, we are a privileged lot. Now, this is not the real India, right? If you watch the video of people struggling to get water, that's the real India. The students that I'm speaking to, the Rotaractors I'm speaking to, are the privileged set of people. But when I look at my Martyram Foundation kids, of those 1,157 students, each one of them have a story to say. For example, today, without this, literally there's no survival. I'm sure each one of you are looking into the screen right now. But I can tell you, out of the 1,157, till about yesterday, easily about 200 people still don't have a mobile phone. They're still attending classes without a mobile phone, right? And I just want to conclude by saying this. Last Sunday, when I was doing an orientation program to my Martyram Foundation students, I normally go through the screen and to see where they sit and take these classes. So there was this girl who was sitting and she was profusely sweating, right? It was pretty hot and she was sweating and attending this class. And in the background, I could see some temple sculptures at the background. So I asked her, where are you sitting and taking this class? And she said, Anna, there's no mobile signal in my village. So I have to travel 6 kilometers out, and there is this LIM Koil. There is this temple which is considered to be the goddess which protects you from all evil. That temple is outside the village, 5 kilometers. So she has bargained with the temple priest, saying, I will come and clean the temple at 6 o'clock in the morning. Will you please allow me to take my classes from here? And from morning 8 o'clock till evening 6 o'clock, she finishes her class. And there's only one place she gets signal, okay, mobile signal. And she sits and she's doing BE computer science, by the way, sitting in the temple. And there's a guy called Alvin Raj. The next screen, I saw this guy. The entire background was beautiful, full leaves. So jovially, I asked him, Alvin, where are you sitting, man? It's all leaves. And then he picked up the mobile phone and he showed me, sir, I'm sitting on a treetop. In Tamil, there is a tree called Arasamaram. Okay, in villages, you will find this. It's a huge tree. I said, why would you sit on a tree? He said, sir, there's no signal in my village again. And this is the only place where I get signal. So I sit and attend my classes. So curious, I asked him, but I understand, even if you sit down under the tree also, you will get mobile signal, right? He said, yes, I will. But I just want you to see, sir. And he took the mobile phone and showed me the ground floor where under the tree, all the village elderly people were sitting and chatting. Some of them were playing cards and all this stuff. He said, sir, sitting there, I can't attend classes. So I climb up every day morning with my lunch. I sit here till the class gets over and I finish my classes and only then I come down, right? Now, these are students who are part of our foundation. These are the, I mean, you can imagine what a privileged set of people that you are. I have students who walk about 16 kilometers every day. I have students who roll BDs, 2000 BDs they roll every day to make 75 rupees. I have students who still do not have electricity. I have students who rear goats and do engineering course. I have a girl who went to the same school along with her daughter, dropped the daughter in LKG class, and then she went on to finish 12th standard. And today she's a computer science engineer. Now, education alone, don't take it for granted. Remember, there is something called GER and only 48%, even I'm talking about Tamil Nadu, only 48%, which means 52% of our youth do not have access to higher education. No matter which college you study, no matter which course you study, give it your best. Rotaract is a great platform. It can just complement your education, okay? And that's the reason why I say, whenever you go for a campus interview, when you sit in front of an HR person, and when you say that I'm from so-and-so college, and after sharing the basic details, just drop in a word saying, I'm a Rotaract member, and I've done some projects like this, your jaws will drop. The other person's jaws will drop. I'll give you the simple secret and close this. My first job was in Pizza Corner. There's only one HR executive position. 17 guys were shortlisted, including LIBA, Madras School of Social Work, and I stood no chance to crack that interview. And I really didn't know what to do. And somewhere I thought I should hijack the interview. So after the exchanging the pleasantries and all this stuff, I said, sir, I'm a Rotaractor. At that time, I was the district Rotaract secretary. So I'm the district Rotaract secretary. And the HR person suddenly got interested. He said, what kind of projects did you do? And I spoke about the polio corrective surgery that we did and how we used to carry people. And this is polio corrective surgery is for adults who had polio. Rotary used to fund that project and we used to work as volunteers. And I spoke about that project for the next 20 minutes. No questions from the subject, nothing about labor laws, nothing about organizational behavior, okay, nothing about the compensation benefits and things like that, only about polio corrective surgery. And I was appointed. So sometimes this comes, not sometimes, many times it comes with a very, very distinct advantage for Rotaractors who have done something productive, right? So use this as a weapon. Two things, make the best use of Rotaract. And when time comes, Rotaract will give it back to you, so much so that you can't fill bags. You really need gunny bags to fill up the blessings. And I still reap the reward. I still reap the reward of being a Rotaractor. And that's the reason why I never say no to any request which comes from Rotary or Rotaract. Such a pleasure talking to you. Wishing you good luck and Godspeed.
MC, please take over.
I'm sorry. Yes, sir. My mic was on mute. Yeah. So thank you, sir, for your amazing speech. I don't think it's right terming it as a speech. For your valuable lessons, like chicken soup for the soul. We can call it something like that. Really very, very inspiring. I think after a very long time, I really don't know how to thank you for what you shared. So many different strain of thoughts, so many different perspectives on a very simple topic, Rotaract, Rotary. Well, all of us are Rotaractors and Rotarians. but the perspectives you shared today, that was very, very soulful. Along with that, some of the stories you shared literally brought tears to my eyes, especially about the kid going to the top of the tree. While today tree climbing is considered as an adventure activity, it's shocking and very humbling to see that there are children, there are, well, colleagues probably my age, if not a little younger, who are going that far for education, and that highlights how much we take things for granted. Thank you so much. And amongst all of this, right, I was reading a book yesterday, and I am instantly reminded of the quote that I was reading. The book was by Erwin Schrödinger, and the quote was, "The task is not so much to see what no one has yet seen, but to think what nobody has thought from what everybody has seen." And that, I think, deeply resonated with what you spoke. Thank you so much. Fantastic. I think it's really inspiring. That's the only two words I have. With such a soulful thought, I would like to hand the stage over to my co-MC, Rishivats. Stage is yours. Please take over.
Shivats?
Yes, ma'am. Copy. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we had a fantastic and fruitful, very insightful session by our beloved PDRR, past Rotaract, Sujit Kumar. Thank you very much, Sujit Kumar. Ashik has already given the perfect things, the code that resembles your activities and your insightful session, and that resonates things. Thank you very much, PDRR, Sujit Kumar. And moving forward, I have a fantastic person now to take over for the quiz session. So he's my favorite Rotaractor from another district, I would say. And he's none other than Rotaractor past president Muthu Prasanna. He's from Coimbatore. He was the former director for professional services. And of course, he's my counterpart in Coimbatore, and while I was in Chennai. So he was always been the Dennis the Menace. I hope you all remember this animation series called as Dennis the Menace, and it is going to be really hard for Dennis' parents to control. One such person is Muthu Prasanna, and he began the journey of living with Rotaract from the year 2014 to 15, and he has been took a lot of leadership responsibilities, like being the secretary of the club, president, group Rotaract secretary. So here in 3232, we have something called as group Rotaract representative, and we don't have group Rotaract secretary in the modern times, but we had in the older times. Now, to speak about the district Coimbatore, he was the group Rotaract secretary at then, and as I said earlier, he's the former director for professional services, and he has awarded as the best secretary in his zone. He's the best president in the district during his tenure as president, and outstanding district trainer. Mr. Rotatia, of course, I have to tell about this. Mr. Rotatia is an Asian convention of Rotaract, where a lot of Rotaractors from across the globe, across South Asia, across Asia, gather in this place and expose a lot of talents, whatever you have had, and they will be titled as Mr. Rotatia. And out of 500 plus registrations, 500 plus delegates, he was conferred as Mr. Rotatia title, which is a very honorable title. And he has also got DRR special recognitions in the last year, and his significance are the projects that he do. Everything, whatever he does, will have a very big values. So Rotamine, Rotabus, and Marvel are the signatures that he has embossed in the projects, so that it has come out really well. And that is what makes me to call Rotaractor Muthu Prasanna, to give you all the best what I had in the past. So Rotaractor Muthu Prasanna, over to you. Please set the context of this quiz program, and let our Rotaractors know about how they can engage and set the ground rules, and how they can score, how the points is going to be calculated. Rotaractor past president Muthu Prasanna, over to you. RYLA Marina welcomes you.
Thank you so much, Rishi, for the wonderful introduction. And thank you so much, RI District 3232, for having me. It's indeed a very pleasure for me to go beyond the boundaries and do something that I always love. First and foremost, please do apologize to me. My video is kind of blurred today. I know the webcam, and I just broke it. Right. So moving forward, let me just share you the screen. All right. So Marina International Rotaract RYLA, hosted by RI District 3232. So I'll be a quiz master, Rotaract past president, Muthu Prasanna, and I belong to Rotaract Club of Kovai User Group. Right, so let's quickly jump on to the rules of the contest. Right, rules of the game, quiz master is always right. For further clarification, refer point number 1. Yeah, kind of narcissistic. And first answer, the right answer gets the point with the right spelling. So this is a point that you have to be aware of. So first answer pandrathu, correct answer pandrathu. At the same time, the right spelling is also very important to get the point. Right? I hope Rishi, would you be helping me with the points?
Sure, Muthu, I will.
Okay. All right. So are you guys ready? Just type 1 on the chat box if you are ready. We'll quickly jump on to a very, very informative and an exciting quiz. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, Vasantan. Thank you, Swati. Right, a lot of people are very excited. So am I. Let's quickly jump on to the first question. So the first question is something very, very interesting for me. சென்னையில நடக்குது, மெரினான்னு நடக்குது. So மெரினான்னு பேர் வச்சுட்டு மெரினா பத்தி ஒரு question கேட்கலனா தப்பா இருக்காது. Right? So my first question on your screens now. When you take a stroll around the Marina beach, you can find statues of Avayar, Thiruvalluvar, and other famous Tamil poets along the coast. Owing to which incident that took place in 1968 were these statues built? ஸோ நீங்கள் மெரினா பீச்சை சுற்றி நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய சிலை இருக்கும் இல்லையா? ஔவையாரோட சிலை, திருவள்ளுவரோட சிலை, இதெல்லாம் அவங்களோட சேர்ந்து நிறைய தமிழ் போயட்ஸோட சிலைகள் நிறைய இருக்கும். 1968ல ஒரு விஷயம் நடந்தது. எந்த விஷயத்தின் அடிப்படையில் இல்லை எந்த விஷயத்துக்காக இந்த ஸ்டாச்சூஸ் எஸ்பெஷலி மெரினால கட்டினாங்க? So it's a very, very historical incident that took place in 1968, and because of that incident, lots and lots of Tamil poets' statues were built on the shore of Marina. So what incident took place in 1968? Okay, Shiva says it's Tamil Conference. Monica says First World Tamil Conference. Akshata, Kannagi. Okay, this is something regarding the Tamil poets. I don't think so. Kannagi has got anything to do with it. But thank you for your answer anyway, Akshata. Tamil literature was erected, Vasantan R. I am looking for a very specific answer. International Tamil Conference. Okay, Samyukta, Monica, Shiva, you're also close to it, but I'm looking for something very, very specific. If you can give me something very precise, I can give the answer. So yeah, it is something related to International Tamil Conference, but can I get something more precise? I think you guys are Googling already. Tamil International, Tamil declared as Semmodi. Illa. That's Tamil Conference. It's an International Tamil Conference. Rishi, can we have a countdown? Like maybe எத்தனாவது தமிழ் கான்ஃபரன்ஸ்? நான் இன்னும் சிம்பிளா சொல்லிடுறேன். இது எத்தனாவது தமிழ் கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது? ஓகே, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் செகண்ட். சரி, ஒரு க்ளூ கொடுத்தா எல்லாருமே எப்படியும் சொல்லிட்டீங்க. எனிவே, I think I have a very tough time in deciding who I have to give the point in the first question itself. Let me see. Okay, since no one gave me like a proper answer, Shiba was the first one to give me the answer. So International Tamil Conference that took place, and it was the second Irandam Tamil Manadu, Chennai. So it happened in 1968. The first International Tamil Conference was held at Malaysia. So second International Tamil Conference happening for the first time in India was at Namma Chennai, 1968 la Chennai la nadandhathu. So and the international conference, I mean, to commemorate that incident, we had built all the beautiful Tamil poet statue. Right. So congratulations, Shiva, from my own district, for bagging the first point in this wonderful quiz. Moving on to the next question, something pretty easy, something on the bus. If you are a web series lover, I think you might have a good chance of cracking it. Second question of Marina quiz on your screen. Pictured is the poster of which latest Indian web series? So there is a clue on the top left corner. Rishq hai to ishq hai. So which web series poster is being pictured? Right, a lot of answers already. Okay, so the participants are pretty interested in watching web series, I guess. Lots of answers and pretty easy one to guess, right? So I just have to go back and check who gets the first. Okay, 2 on a row for my whole district. So yet again, a 3201 member. Okay, Aviral Kulu. I'm sorry if I am not pronouncing your name properly. The right answer, of course, is Scam 1992, the Harshit Mehta story. So just because 2 of them from my district gets the point, don't think that I have released the question papers already. I am very strict, at least when it comes to quiz. People know that. So congratulations anyway, 3201 members. So please know that Aviral from KSM gets a point, Rishi. Right, moving on to the third question. I hope this would be quite easy for a lot of people. Let's check it out. Bomi Cakes has left us all with a very sweet memory post the Surare Potru movie. So Surare Potru movie la vandu Surya oda wife. So she owns a bakery called Bomi Bakery, right? So in real, so it's based on C.R. Gopinath story, right? So Captain Gopinath oda wife peru Bhargavi Gopinath. So real life la what is Bomi Cakes known as? So on the Bomi Cakes vandu real name, film name. So Bomi Cakes oda original name in. Wow, not bad. A lot of people are giving me the right answers. Okay, One World, One World, One World. Yes, the answer is indeed One World. So it's a very interesting fact in the One World. So the first year when Deccan Airways was into convention. So after 1 year of Deccan Airways, Air Deccan. So Air Deccan contributed and the first year of business this specific company called One World had closed a business of 7 crores. So Bannu Vitte on this, she had done a 7 crores worth of business. So the answer is indeed One World, and the right point goes to Akshaya Lakshmi from SDNB. Congratulations, Akshaya, you've got a point. So Akshaya gets a point. Moving on quickly to the fourth question. 99 Songs is an upcoming multilingual film that will be produced under the banner of YM Movies. Who is the owner of this production company? So 99 Songs, it's going to be a very, very interesting movie. This is something very, very special for Indian personality, a South Indian personality, a Tamil Nadu personality actually. So for the very first time, he has taken the avatar of both director and also a producer. So his production company name is YM Movies, and the right answer for the question, I've already got a lot of right answers on the screen. Now I only have to search who has given me the right answer. Okay, the right answer is given by Ashwal Munir. So Ashwal Munir, congratulations. YM Movie, of course, belongs to none other than A.R. Rahman. Right? So the Mozart of Madras, A.R. Rahman. So he has been a wonderful music director in the past. Now he has become a producer, come director, and also a writer. So 99 songs Kadai Matrum production is both done by A.R. Rahman. So congratulations, Ashmal, you have done a good job. It is A.R. Rahman. Quickly moving on to the fifth question. Which is the largest private dairy industry in India? So I have left the question on hanging. So which is the largest private dairy industry in India? So I want you guys to be very updated. It's not Amul, guys. Very sorry to disappoint you. It is not Amul. Amul used to be, and Amul is not the right answer. Okay, Hudson Agro. And also, I would like to say that Amul is not a private entity. It's a cooperative society. So it doesn't come under a private industry firm. The right answer is already on my screen. Let me quickly go back and check. Okay, the right answer is given by Faizan Ahmed. I mean, a lot of people had given me broken answers. So, but the right answer, of course, is Hudson Agro Products. The right answer is given by Faizan Ahmed. As I told you, I want the complete answer so that I can give the points easily. So Faizan Ahmed gets the right point. Hudson Agro Products, a 2.5 billion turnover company, and it is again headquartered in Chennai. So முக்காவாசி questions வந்து மெட்ராஸை சுத்தி தான் இருக்கு. So உங்க ஊர் உங்களுக்கு நல்லா தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா ஆன்சர் நல்லா தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். Right? So I have one more question with me before which we can move on to the second round. So sixth question is on your screens. As of 2020, which is the cleanest city in India? So this is a very, very recent survey. Madras, Vasantan, unga oor mela ungalku irukka anbu enak puriyudhu, but it is not Madras. Okay. Avirel, you have to be very, very precise with the spellings. And after a lot of answers, I think Namita gets it right. Namita from MOP Vaishnav, she gets the point. And the right answer, of course, as a lot of you have said, it's Indore, Madhya Pradesh. So as of the latest survey that was launched in June, the cleanest city in India is Indore. A very, very fun fact, 5 years back in 2015, Indore was ranked at 163rd position in the entire of India. So within a span of 5 years, they have grown very well, and today they are the cleanest city in India. Right, so wonderful answers so far. Rishi, can we get a point tally? Is it on the screen already? Right, so after 6 questions, Sheba, Aviril, Akshay, Ashmal, Faisal, Namita, all with 1 point. So back in my own city, I tell when it comes to quiz, anything can happen at any moment. And there is no big lead yet. Everyone are trailing behind equally. There is no commanding lead yet. But let me give you a small hint of how the next 4 questions are going to be. So Rishi was very generous enough to give me the opportunity, at the same time very stringent enough to give just 20 minutes. So I have to complete the quiz at 20 minutes. So the next 4 questions is going to be logo based quiz. So all these logos are very, very familiar one. You would have definitely come across all these. So this is going to be a round of your fingers rather than your brain. So I'm very, very sure that all the 4 questions upcoming is very, very easy. All you have to do is type it out fast, right? So with that, let's quickly go on. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready with your figures? The 7th question, the first logo on your screen. Identify the logo. Okay. Guys, give me a minute. My chat box had just it just got hung up with your answers. The answers are flooding my chat box. Okay, so a lot of people knew the right answer, but because of your panic or whatever you can call, a lot of people have given me a wrong answer. It is not Chennai FC. The answer is Chennai FC. So that is how I was expecting. A lot of people have given me Chennai FC. Chennai FC is the right answer. Shruti Priya gets it right. So Rishi, you can just scroll up and check which club she belongs to. So Shruti Priya gets it right. So she was the one who gave me the right answer. Chennai FC is the right answer. So Namma Chennai oda Indian Soccer League oda team, right? So Indian Soccer League's Chennai team, Chennai FC. So we are all hoping that they resume back in action very soon. Right, so Chennai FC is the right answer. Congratulations, Shruti, for getting this point. Quickly moving on to the next question. If you are an automobile lover, I'm very sure you're going to get this right. The 8th question of Marina RYLA quiz on your screens. So which automobile company's logo is it? Okay, a lot of people. Bentley, Bajaj. Nice. I am expecting a little more precise answer though. If anyone, Bentley is a half of the answer. Benz, Bentley, BMW, என்னென்ன கார் பிராண்ட் தெரியுதோ எல்லாமே டைப் போட்டிருக்கோம். But I want the right answer. So the right answer, yes, it is there finally. After a lot of flooding, Mr. Designer gets it right. The right answer is Bentley Motors. So Bentley Motors is the right answer. So I was actually looking for a very precise answer. So for an online quiz like this, I have to be a little stringent. Sorry for that. You know, only when I receive that right answer, it gets easy for me, right? So Bentley Motors is the right answer. Congratulations, Mr. Designer. I sincerely hope it's not your real name. So Mr. Designer gets a point. So after 8 questions, yet again there is no lead. Everyone are with tie, 1 point each. 2 more questions to go, and let's see what's going to happen. My penultimate question for Marina RYLA quiz on your screen. Identify this logo. I've got nothing to do with this logo. Please don't judge me. I've got the most number of answers to this question compared to any other question. இதுல யாரோ பாவம் ரொம்ப குழந்தைங்க நினைக்கிறேன். Zomato-லாம் சொல்றீங்க. Zomato இல்லைங்க, இது Zomato-ஓட லோகோ இப்படி இருக்காது. நீங்க உண்மையாலுமே தெரிஞ்சுதான் சொல்றீங்களா விளையாட்டுக்கு சொல்றீங்களா தெரியல. It's not Zomato, not okay. Chingari, I don't know what is Chingari. Tinder. Let's see who gets it right this time. Okay, Ashik Ramachandran gets it right. I hope you don't have an account, or maybe you have. All right, so Ashik Ramachandran gets it right. Of course, it is Tinder. Tinder is indeed the right answer. I don't know if it is really of use. I do have Tinder Gold. Okay, Vasantan, I don't think so. We are offering that services here, publicly accepting it. Right, anyways, Tinder is the right answer. Congratulations, Ashik Ramachandran, for getting it right. So, the last question. So far, there is no leading. Everyone are still at tie. So 9 questions, 9 of them have a point each. This is the last question. I haven't seen such a neck-to-neck questions all my life. I've been doing it so far, and this is the first time. I think Rishi would also admit to the same. So the last question, let's see if anyone gets the lead or if anyone new gets a point. The last question, my last question for the day, Marina RYLA quiz hosted by RI District 3232 on your screen. Identify this logo.
Emirates.
Not Emirates.
No.
Not Olympics. Vasantan, no clue. Not United Nations. Avril, not PepsiCo. That's a wonderful guess, but it's not PepsiCo. BSNL, no. Sorry. Cats. Itmedwa, I don't know. It Media, not MTNL, definitely not. A clue is this is something very, very current, very related to current affairs. That's something that was also cancelled because of Corona. College UGC, no. IRTC, Rio Paralympics. Rio is over, my friend. Rio is in 2016. We are in 2020. Olympics 2020. Shiba actually got it, almost close to it for the first time. But I think Vasantan R steals the last point yet again. No winner this time. Everyone are at time. The right answer. That's a very brilliant answer, Vasantan R. It is Paralympics 2020, which was supposed to be held at Tokyo, but thanks to COVID, yet again a disaster. It has been pushed to another year. So Paralympics 2020 Tokyo was the logo. That's a beautiful answer, Vasantan. That was supposed to be one of the toughest questions, and thank God I received the answer. So yet again, draw quiz. No one gets the gold home. Everyone shares the prize. So 10 questions, 10 answers, 10 different winners. This is the first time it's happening in my hosting life. So thank you so much for the participants for participating in this quiz. And I was very happy and glad that a lot of people gave me a lot of answers. I was very skeptical. நீங்க வந்து participate பண்ணுவீங்களா என்னங்கிறது எனக்கு தெரியல, but my chat box was completely filled for all the questions, no matter whether it is easy or whether it was tough. My chat box was completely filled with a lot of answers. As a matter of fact, it was hung for a while. So thank you so much, dear participants, for participating in today's quiz. Thank you so much, Rishi, for the wonderful for the invitation, and thank you so much, DRR and the district officials for already District 3232 for having me. Thank you so much. This is Rotaract Past President Muthu Prasanna from Rotary International District 3201 signing off. Over to Rishi.
Really to take a lot of to adjust and engage
Rishi, you're breaking. Rishi, you're breaking.
Your voice is distorted, Rishi. I think you have to connect it again, Rishi. Your voice is distorted.
So it looks like Rishi's internet's kind of off. So thank you, sir. Amazing session. We had a blast. I think that this event was a very, very nice mixture of both formal events, technical sessions, as well as a fantastic quiz, fun events. So thank you so much. We liked all the questions, nice ones. Though little disappointed we didn't get a formal winner for the last answer. Very nice touch. Thank you so much for spending your most valuable time. Next up, so with that, I think we've come to the end of such a very heartwarming session with us today. Thank you all for attending Marina's RYLA. And I consider it my pleasure, honor, and a privilege to invite Parke Mahalingam ma'am to give the vote of thanks. Ma'am, over to you.
Yeah. Marina RYLA. It is a wonderful RYLA, international RYLA. I take immense pleasure in delivering this vote of thanks. It was a great Sunday afternoon inviting Rotaractors from different districts from various parts of the world. It is the first time ever RCM Youth Service team doing an international RYLA for Rotaractors. Thank you so much to all the speakers giving a great insight to our Rotaractors. Starting with Rotarian Balaji Chinni, our Youth Service Director, for the welcome address, Rotarian Shivakumar Ishwaran, Additional Rotaract Chair, to set the content for the international RYLA, and our President Kapil Chitle for the presidential address, Rotarian Selva Kumar, Rotaract Chair from our District 3232, Rotaractor Anbarasu, DRR of 3232. Thank you so much for everyone for setting the introduction for our international RYLA. The Chief Guest Address from our RI Director, popularly called as Rotarian Venki. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your time on this Sunday afternoon. A beautiful ice-breaking session by Rotarian Ramkumar Seshu on Born to Win, followed by the keynote address by our cricketer and coach Krishnamachari Shrikant. Amazing speech, sir. Followed by Arun Krishnamurthy spoke on lake restoration, which is the need of the hour. Thank you, past President Rotarian P.N. Mohan, to bring him up to our RYLA. Thank you, Sujan Rahul and your team for your band. Followed by an informative session, a very informative session. I really enjoyed it. Followed by an informative session by Sujit Kumar, Markham Foundation, and who is a role model for all our Rotaractors in our district 3232. Who was an Rotaractor, and a past DRR in 1992-93. And last but not the least, the quiz by Rotaractor Muthu Prasanna from the district of Coimbatore. And thank you so much. Really, thank you so much. And the RYLA team who took up a fantastic effort in conducting this international RYLA without any flaw and making a difference. Thank you so much, MC Ashik, Rotaractor Ashik, Rotaractor Rishivats, and Rotaractor Mona who gave the introduction. And thank you all, and have a great evening. Jai Hind. And MC, please take over.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope my voice is audible now. Is that so?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Dr. Parkavi Mahalingam ma'am. As always, you are an ever golden inspiration to all of us. And as always, as I say, you are a statuen. And to all the people who doesn't know what a statuen is, there's a red carpet, and you could see on the either sides there will be railings hanging to the either sides. That will definitely not take you to the right direction. So that is why we call very inspirational people and most directional people as statuen. And thank you very much, Rotarian Dr. Parkavi, for proposing the vote of thanks. To all the RYLArians of RYLA Marina, I hope you all had a fantastic time. And especially during the last quiz program, sorry, I got a network glitch. Thank you very much, Rotaractor past President Muthu Prasanna, for engaging and bringing your time with us. Thank you very much for all the support that you rendered us. And definitely, we are going to have a expanded session with a little more bigger duration. Thank you very much. And yes, folks, thanks for being the fantastic RYLArians of RYLA Marina. Yes, as always, as we see in the movie Fast and Furious, there will be two different roads traveling, and one goes to the straight and one goes to the right. And fortunately or unfortunately, we had to take a leave. And see you until next time. Thank you very much, Rotaractor Rishivats. Wishing you a fantastic day. Over to my fellow MCs.
Thank you, Rishivats. I personally think it takes a great deal of courage to stand through and, conduct the entire event. And I think the MCs and the organizing team have done that. Thank you, Shiv sir, for giving us a fantastic opportunity to learn, explore, and contribute as much as we can. Respected dignitaries, I don't know where to start. Thank you all for just taking your time off. I think I can quote Shakespeare here, where he said, "I can do not much except thanks, never thanks." So thank you so much. Thank you all. Again, audience, you guys have been fantastic. The quiz was really innovative. It went to a point where the chat box was mingled and, nobody was able to understand who said what first. So that, I think, shows the Rotaract spirit. And above everything else, I think the most important thing, which I personally found here, I'm hoping all of you did too, is the bond of Rotaract. We made friends, we learned more about each other, we had a blast of a day. I think personally for me, it's a win-win. Thank you so much, everybody. This time I'm reminded of a quote: all play and all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. And I guess today we learned and played. So hey, until next time, and I'm signing off with the quote saying, stay tuned for more amazing events as this. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure hosting you. Over to my fellow MC.
Okay, so thank you all for staying for, I guess, more than 3 hours. Thank you so much. Thank you for being an amazing audience and supporting, answering all the quiz. Was interactive in the ice-breaking session. So thank you all. Thank you, Rotary Club of Madras, for giving us the wonderful opportunity for being MC for an international RYLA Marina. I'm very proud being an MC over here. So thank you so much. Until next time, signing off, Rotaractor Manjari. Thank you.
Excuse me 1 minute. Would you be able to give an opportunity to all the visiting RYLA club members who have come in to recognize themselves if possible?
Yeah, that is definitely possible, Kapil. Ashik or
Yes.
Shrivats, either of you, please take up and recognize all the ask people to recognize themselves.
Yeah, we have some international participants, so if you can ask them to recognize, it would be good. As
it would be nice.
President said, yeah.
Host, I request you to enable the option to our RYLArians to unmute themselves.
Okay, I think the unmute option's been given. So yeah, guys, let's go in order. Let's small request before we start. If one person is talking, I request everyone else to stay on mute. And let's just go, back to back. Again, once more, thank you, ma'am, for an amazing idea. I think it's very important that the bond of community forms again. Over to the audience.
No, Ashik, if you know of any of them, call their name out and request them to recognize, to just, if they would like to say a few words.
Yeah, sure, sir. So let me quickly go in order. First off, we have President Rotaract Anbu Harish, the Rotaract Club of JEC. Rotaract Anbu. Okay.
Then move on.
Okay. Then we have ever present DRR Rotaract PP Ambassador. Then again, ma'am, a pillar of support, a beam of light, Parkay Mahalingam ma'am. Then, how can we forget our MC of the day, Rishivats. Then we have Rotarian Balajini, sir, youthful brewing will life. Thank you, sir. Then we have our secretary, Rotaract Sujan. Sujan, are you here? Would you like to say anything?
Ashik, sorry to interrupt, but President's idea is to recognize people from other countries who are participating in this program. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I misunderstood.
I actually saw a few people messaging on the chat window from Sri Lanka. If you can, we don't know your name, but if you can recognize yourself, if you're still here in the Zoom room, please can you recognize yourself?
Ashmal Munir, Rotaractor Ashmal Munir from Colombo Midtown. Do you copy me? Would you like to speak a few words? Okay, I suppose we lost Ashmal Munir from Rotaract Club of Colombo Midtown. Other Rotaractors from different parts of the world, different countries, would you like to speak a few words? Please raise your hands while we call upon your name, or you can straight away unmute yourself and speak further.
Yeah, Rishi, if we don't hear from anybody, I think we should wrap up now.
Yeah.
So is there anyone from India, the country India, from other districts, apart from 3232, would you like to speak a few words? We have Rotaractor Kishan Mali. Would you like to speak a few words, Kishan?
Thank you for giving me this microphone. First of all, namaskar to all. I am from Ramani Multiple Campus, Rotaract Club of Ramani Multiple Campus, Nepal. Thanks for giving me to know more about RYLA and the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rotaractor Kishan Malik. It is very sweet of you to participate from the country Nepal, which is our brother country. It is our neighbor country. Thank you very much for taking part, Rotaractor Kishan. And other Rotaractors, would you like to speak a few words? Rotaractor Shiba from Rotaract Club of Karunya School of Management, who is from the district 3201. I believe Karunya is in Coimbatore, I think. Would you like to speak a few words, Shiba?
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. So,
This is like my second or third RYLA attending, and to be so frank, it was very interesting, and it wasn't boring at all. It was full of energy, and I just felt like it would be more good if it was physical, to meet all of you. And thank you, Rishivas, for letting me know about the RYLA. I have my club member also have joined. So thank you so much. It was really great. Yeah.
Fantastic, Shiba. Happy to have you here. So is there anyone else from the District 3232? Would you like to speak a few words? The option to unmute yourself is enabled. Please feel free to unmute yourself and let us know about your presence. Aviral Kulu, who is also from, he or she is also from Karunya School of Management. Would you like to speak a few words, Aviral?
May I?
Please go ahead.
Hi, this is Akshita from the Rotaract Club of MOP Vaishnav College. Actually, this is my first RYLA. I wish it will be more, entertaining in physical form. But still, I can see the effort behind this online RYLA, and we really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Fantastic, Akshita. Thank you very much for unmuting and turning on the video and speaking to us. We are really happy about the feedback that you shared. I assume 6060 is a district code, Muhammad Bilal. If suppose you are from a different country or a different district 6060, please kindly unmute yourself and let us know if you would like to speak a few words.
I think we can wrap it up now, guys.
Sure, sir. Over to the host for adjournment. I request the host to end the meeting. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. RYLA Marina is just amazing one. Without you all, this wouldn't have been possible. Thank you very much for joining in. This must definitely be a productive evening and productive noon for all of you gathered here. Thank you very much for all the participants who have put in your time for productivities. And as the program would definitely say, as I said in the beginning, unlearning is something that is really, really important. And I know you would have learned a lot of things, and you know what to delete from your mind and what to reinstall things. Thank you very much for being fantastic RYLarians. Over to the host for ending the meeting. Rotractor Anbu Harish, I suppose you copy me. Could you please end the meeting?
She looks like they are partying at Shiv's office. So let's end it right away. No problem, I think.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Shall we formally close the meeting now?
Yes, we close the meeting formally.
Okay, the RYLA conference is hereby adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much,
President.
Thank you so much,
everybody.
President.